What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream, the Wednesday night live stream. How's everyone? How is everyone? So, I'm going to on Saturday. I have a bunch of videos that I'm going to react to. It's pretty much talking about the Lindsay Clancy thing, but more about the women that support this insane thing. So that is what, but I wanted to give a chance, right? Since Wednesdays are my call-in show, I wanted to give people a chance if they want to have opinions on it themselves. If they have any opinions on it themselves. So yeah, you know. So I'm going to react to Asmongold. I always like the guy. I like his content. I watch him from time to time. So going to react to a little bit of his content. And if you have any opinions and thoughts on the Lindsay Clancy thing, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I think she's honestly a disgusting woman. Okay. I don't care. I don't believe in you know, I don't believe in depression or postpartum as a good excuse or any kind of excuse for killing others, especially killing your kids. So I don't care, right? I don't care if you're suffering from depression, postpartum, insanity. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. You are a disgusting person. And you deserve the death penalty or life in prison, in my opinion. So I'm very much against all these disgusting ass women. I gotta fix some stuff. All these disgusting ass women supporting this disgusting ass person. And a lot of these women are saying that they are just like Lindsay Clancy. So we gotta check that. We gotta, be worried about these deranged ass women. So again, tonight, call-in show. You can join in if you want to talk about Lindsay Clancy, or here's the thing, if you want to talk about any other viewpoints I've had, okay? If you disagree or whatever, you disagree with any of my other viewpoints, let's have a conversation. Viewpoints on women in general, viewpoints on, race, whatever. We could talk about anything that you've heard my viewpoints on before. We can have a conversation if you disagree with me, or I guess you want to agree, or you agree, or we could react to this together. So let's do it. Let's do it. I wasn't planning on doing Lindsay Clancy today because, like I said, Saturday, which is the next live stream I will have, I want to react to a whole bunch of videos I've saved on the women that support Lindsay Clancy, which is an insane women. But I figured I want to, if anyone has opinions and thoughts on it too, I wanted to give you a chance to voice your thoughts on it, right? Particularly about the amount of women that are in such big support of her. Insane. All right.
Realize maybe the Salem witch trials weren't such a bad thing. The fact these fat, ugly bitches in pink shirts are allowed to vote is insanity. Repeal the 19th Amendment.
The fact that it's not like there's no crazy, terrible men out there. Of course, there's plenty, but with all the crap women have said, the BS women have said in the last couple years, Brent, what is up, my brother? What is up? How you doing, my brother? How you doing? With all the crap women have said throughout the years, you would think that women would be better than men. You would think that women would be on some kind of moral high ground. They're not. Women are just as worse as men, or if not worse, than men. So can we really trust women as leaders? Not really. Can we really trust women to be a good part of or help society anyway?
Oh man, I love
Brent, what's your thoughts on the Lindsay Clancy thing and the crazy amount of women that support that delusional, crazy ass woman?
seeing this. Yeah, one of us. Yeah, we gotta run it back. I know, like it's wild to see that. And lawyer says he's had multiple male clients tell him that they're concerned their baby mamas will be inspired by Lindsay Clancy to harm their kids. Alex Thompson says he will be using these women's
Exactly, 100%. I exactly. I've been thinking this too. This is great. This is why I love freedom of speech. This is why I love freedom of speech, because here's the thing. This is how we can actually get to see how people think. And we're seeing how crazy women are. We're able to see how crazy women are. No one's forcing women to say the shit they're saying. And women are coming out that, oh, you know what? They are just like Lindsay Clancy. They have the thoughts of deleting their children too.
TikTok posts in support of Clancy against them in custody cases. What you're looking at right here, what you're witnessing, is called male excellence. This is called the patriarchy. This is what we should have been doing the whole time.
That's the thing where, I'm sorry, this is why we have the patriarchy. This is why women cannot lead society. Women can barely lead their family. And that's a barely. All right. You need a man as the infrastructure of just your family for women to be able to function correctly. Because we all know the stats on how single mothers go, right? How they how they handle their family below single fathers.
This is it. The Clancy Act? Yep. We're going to all right, let's actually watch clip.
100%. I've already been consulting with some men in custody cases.
Oh, this is the question? The question is, especially after this case, do you think that we'll see an increase in this happening with women?
100%. I've already been consulting with some men in custody cases where their baby mama has been doing the solidarity hold a heart thing with the Lindsay Clancy stuff. And he's like, hey, this woman's got all kinds of former depressive issues.
When it rains, it pours.
Had self-harm issues. This now is evidence and validation that I have of that fact. Concern based upon prior allegations with no evidence, allegations of hitting the kids. And so we're going to go and swing for the fences, and we're going to try to strip this woman from having visitation rights. I want to be able.
Zyrax, what's up, my sister? What is up? I would love it to know your thoughts on the Lindsay Clancy situation. I don't know if you paid attention to it. Okay. Again, this is probably one of my arguments. This is why I believe feminism is terrible. Right? This is why I believe feminism is terrible, because of the majority. I believe the majority of women. Okay? Majority of women are unstable people. They're unstable. You see that so many white women, so many women, period, are supporting this child killer. They're supporting this child killer. Absolutely disgusting. And then we are here to think that, oh, women are smarter than men. Women are better than men. Women are more capable than men. Yet women can't even be able to control their emotions and not be biased. And in the worst way, you are biased for a child killer. Right? This isn't just a woman that's, I don't know, suffering from some kind of mental health. No. This is a woman that killed, strangled her children. Her children, which I believe all were under 5. All of them were under 5. Yet women are supporting this mess. And then we're supposed to believe that women have capabilities or, you know, whatnot, that they can I don't know, be better leaders than men. The matriarchy, we're supposed to believe the matriarchy is a good thing. We're supposed to believe feminism has been a good thing for women. It hasn't. Because mental health for women has been deteriorating over the last couple decades. Women have gotten worse. Women are more unhappy than ever before. And guess what? The group that has been championing feminism for decades, that has been like at the forefront of feminism, white women, they are at the bottom of mental health. White women are honestly one of the most unstable group of people around. So, Zyrax, come on, girl. This is your night, right? We talk about this. This is where you can get your little spice of life, right? This is your night. You can always join. Link in the bio. I mean, link in the chat. Link is in the chat.
To have a forensic psychiatrist
and then put her in an institution, take away her rights.
Interview this woman, just see
yes.
how wackadoodle she is.
Yes.
And we're going to use her TikTok posts.
Bro.
And I love it, right? Using women's TikTok posts. This is the thing where I love freedom of speech. I would never want to hinder women from voicing their opinions. Why? Because now people can use women's own words against them. What can I say, Cyrax? You live a suburban mom life. You live a suburban mom life, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of a little bit of spice.
Bro, this is Patriot alert.
Zyrax, argue with me so you don't have to argue with your husband, right? That's how it goes. Argue with me so you don't need to argue with your husband.
I know. This will become more common. I'm telling you guys, there is a way that we do this. There is a way we do this, and this was promised to be 3,000. It was promised to be 3,000. Solomon had how many wives? Now we only get one. I don't know who the fuck sold us out, right? But it used to be great. Harem anime used to just be the way it is.
This is why I can only deal with one woman. I'm sorry. Women today, women are crazy as it is. So you want multiple of that crazy shit? No, I'm good. One is good enough. This ain't like back in the day, right? Where women were more sane. Women were more reasonable. Women were, in my opinion, more logical, less emotionally erratic. Today, women are just chaos.
Now, what the fuck? Let's change that. Yeah, we got a lot. This is promised.
So yeah, I know it. I know I'm totally right. They say that I'm saying. So this Wednesday nights are the nights where you can let go, let loose.
Again, 3,000 years ago. So a simp, some simp a long time ago. He told us we didn't listen. Oh, the George Orwell quote. Yeah, no doubt. And both had postpartum depression. Hayden's got a bad mother for how she handled it. Lindsay's praised for how she handled it. One gave custody to the father and one took her children's life. I don't know really what this was. People are not supporting Lindsay Clancy. They're supporting awareness of postpartum struggles so that future children will be saved so their moms get the help that's needed. I think that the next time a girl gets raped, we need to not focus on putting the rapist in jail. We need to focus on...
You know why this right here, this whole thing, that it's supporting awareness for postpartum struggles. Why don't we ever support men's mental illnesses? right? Mental illness, because postpartum is, like postpartum psychosis is a mental illness. Yeah, we don't support men doing it, right? So you never cared about mental illness to save the children before. You never cared about it. Women never cared about it before, right? Because if you cared about mental illness to so the future children will be saved because of their mothers who go through the help they need. What about the fathers? You know how many cases where, in my honest opinion, fathers that delete their children and their wife and then themselves, that motherfucker is going through mental issues as well. But you didn't care about that. You would condemn the man. You don't talk about his mental health. This is why. No. You don't. No, you're supporting the woman. You're supporting a woman, not the children. You don't care about the children. You don't care about the children. You're supporting the woman. And that's the problem, right? It's about the woman. It's not really about the mental health, because you would care about mental health regardless. You not about the children, because this evil ass woman strangled 3 kids. You don't care. We do, but it takes your man to voice it. Here's the problem, right? When people when it's like that, you need men to voice it. Men have always showed mental health struggles. No one cares. No one cares. Okay? No one cares. Here's the thing where, in all honesty, you gotta say, right? I don't think that it's like keeping quiet. Okay? I don't think it's about keeping quiet. I just think that, if we cared about bringing light to mental health, we would care about it regardless of gender or race. We don't. We really don't. That's why when I say it's like that, oh, men need to talk about it. Why? Why would men need to talk about it? If it's mental health regardless, anyone and everyone should talk about it. I hate this idea that, just like this, right? If something bad happens to a woman, should only women talk about it? Should only women care? Men shouldn't care if something bad happens to a woman. How is there going to be any changes when only one particular group cares? No other person cares.
The trouble and the issues that men have with dating.
Yeah, I mean, men experience depression. Men experience extreme depressions too.
You know what? That's what we should think about. Whenever somebody gets raped, we need to start talking about how mentally damaging it is for men and how much testosterone can change your mental thinking. And let's not talk about the rape. Let's not talk about whether they're wrong or not.
And the thing where, why men don't really talk about it a lot? Because a man that's suffering from mental health and he kills his kids and his family and then himself, men don't care. Men don't care about the mental health. Men say that man is disgusting. That man is absolutely disgusting. He's a disgusting piece of crap. Who cares, right? Having some mental health problems does not give you an excuse to delete your children, to delete anyone, to kill anyone. It doesn't give you that excuse, right? If you are suffering, because men believe in accountability. Men believe in, you got to take care of your shit. You got to take care of it. You can't wait. You can't wait for someone to voice it. You can't wait for that. You have to take care of it. It is your life, right? Just like the Lindsay Clancy thing, it's your life. It's your children. Why wait for someone to voice their opinions for these situations? No. You need to do it yourself. This is the mentality of men. You got to handle it, because you cannot wait until someone else talks about it and now, let's now think about it. No. Handle your shit yourself, right? That is men's mentality. Handle your shit yourself. You can't wait for a support group. No, because then when you do, things are too late. Things are already too late. Right? Here's my thing, okay? I believe the awareness for mental health is, in my opinion, shitty. It's ridiculous. It's weakness. I would say this. It's weakness. What are you talking about? You think people don't condemn the husband who kills their children and kills their wife and then kills himself? That is ridiculous. Society as a whole condemns men like that. Society as a whole condemns men like that.
Let's talk about the psychological damage of, not being able to get a girlfriend. Let's do that instead. They couldn't help it. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
Show me the case. Show me the case that a man who deletes his family and, didn't die himself, and men are out there picketing for him. Right? Show me the case that men are supporting him. Men are picketing, right? Men are saying like, "Oh, we support you, right? We support you. You should be let go." Literally, women are saying that Lindsay Clancy should be freed. Women are saying that Lindsay Clancy should not be put in jail for the rest of her life. Literally, after killing 3 of her kids, women are saying that this woman should be let go. Show me the men that are doing the same. I'm just saying in general.
Boner. This is just normal. This is what happens naturally, just like every other place, except for places controlled by the Taliban. This is viewed as barbaric, inhumane. We have so much work ahead of us in restoring the patriarchy. Like, women have had control of institutions and they burned them to the ground. We have one problem in society now, and that problem is Karens. There are some women that are not a problem. I would actually argue that most women are not a problem. But there's a contingency of man-hating women.
Same. I agree that most women aren't a problem. I just believe that it's a good chunk of women that are a problem. And the issue is that the good chunk of women that are a problem, they're the more vocal of the bunch. They're the more proactive of the bunch. That is the sad thing. This is why during the feminist movement at the beginning, this is why feminism was passed. Majority of women did not want feminism ideology. Majority of women did not want feminist ideology. The problem is the feminists, they were more vocal and they were more proactive. While the women that were anti-feminism, they're at home cooking and cleaning and worrying about their family, taking care of their family, taking care of their husband, taking care of themselves. They're worrying about their life. Okay. And I think that's how majority of women are, right? They're worrying about their own life. So they're not caring about what's happening outside, what's happening in the economy, what's happening in the world. They're not caring about that. Problem is the feminists do. And the feminists are proactive at it.
That have some kind of fucking vendetta that want to ruin fucking everything. If you look at the political leanings of young people, left wing and right wing, let me see if I can show you this. Can I show this image? Look at that. You see this? Holy. See that? The host is going crazy and it's scientific. They're scientifically fucking crazy. That's it. They're idiomatic. Yeah, this is science. I'm not saying these hoes is crazy and it's like a rap song. No. This is a study. It's peer reviewed. Not good. You could say the problem is also trans Karen as well. I'm not advocating for anything because I got banned for saying it. But if you only let men vote, the entire country would go red. If you only let women vote, the entire country would go blue.
Evil Eddie, what is up, my brother? What is up?
I have a lot of opinions that I don't express on the website. I don't express certain opinions I have on the internet. So this entire idea that men have become incels and men are the problem is a complete lie. Men aren't the problem.
Yes, men are not the problem. Women are. I'm sorry. Women, I've said this many times. Feminism is. Feminists are the problem of society. Feminism is the root of all, if not majority of our problems. Feminism. Okay? You name it. Birth rates going down. Feminism. The destruction of the dating market. Feminism. Okay? Our political landscape, the chaos of our political landscape. Feminism. I don't know, crap like this. with the Lindsay Clancy shit, feminism, you name it.
Men are the problem. Here's the graph that proves it. It's right there. See? They're fucking mine. So, I mean, again, and don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading the graphs. It's a survey, not a study. Oh, yeah, study would probably make it even worse. Yeah, I mean, you want to do a study on the psychology of this? Oh, no, you don't. Nobody wants to pay for that because not because they don't know it's not because they don't know the answers, because they already do. They know what the answers are. Alan's saying many women has come to light in the past few weeks, whether it's wanting to murder their own viable baby for a treatable heart defect, passing abortion through birth laws, or several slaughtering of their own children. Tens of thousands of women. Accountability is the only.
And that's the thing, right? Viable babies. Women support women deleting, right? Deleting babies before they're even born. Women are supporting women deleting babies even after they're born. You see the insanity of this? You see how women's goals are the destruction, the annihilation of the human species. This is the thing. Women, if women can be any villain, I think women would be Thanos. If women can collectively combine into one entity, women would pretty much become Thanos, because women want the destruction of the human race. They do. Here's the thing, right? Men is the counterbalance. This is why women haven't gone, complete apocalypse. This is why, right? This is why we are not living in an apocalypse. That is why. Thanks to America, thanks to the world being governed by men, we're not in an apocalypse. But if women had the control, we would be in an apocalypse right now. Right? It would be lawless. Lawless.
Way to break this whole wacko contagion. It is like you got to hold them accountable. You got to put them on the ropes. You got to actually make it matter. Yeah, copycats are real. The crazies are coming out of the woodwork. Exactly. For anyone to know anything about family court in this country, it won't be enough. We're gonna have. It's gonna take a long time to change everything, but in time, we're gonna bring back the patriarchy. We're gonna bring it back all the way. Like it's gonna be the whole thing. Like and everything. By the way, men are gonna be better off. Women are gonna be better off. Society is gonna be better off. Kids are gonna be better off. Dogs, believe it or not, are gonna be better off. Everybody and everything is going to be better, but it's going to take a long time. I did see this too. This is the same girl as body saying the same and work shit again. Oh my god! I just really I see this, and she obviously said that shit. I think it's funny. This matters. Then they don't really think that, or they try to control what other people do. I fundamentally don't like that behavior. And so, but there it is. And return the crown. I've got to give up my Burger King crown now. Oh no. So, okay. This is also really funny. Oh, wait a second.
Every one of us that have roots that go.
It's like too big. And this is the other circle. So this is the Venn diagram. You guys see it? Sounds about right? Will there be cop slop today? Shut the fuck up. Of course.
Even if it was possible, here's.
It looks like that.
I don't want to talk about this one because I'm going to react to this video. I'm going to do a Lindsay Clancy video. I did another one. I'm going to do a Lindsay Clancy video on Saturday because I have some clips, right? Clips like this to talk about. I just want to say tonight is a chance if you want to have a conversation, right? If you want to come on board, have a conversation on Lindsay Clancy, let's do it.
what? We're gonna find a family for you. Okay, you're a family. You like, okay, what do you like? You like listening to country music, okay? You don't know. Okay, you don't really know if you're a Republican or a Democrat at all. Your favorite thing to do is to go to church. Okay, all right, that's good. And your favorite food is smoked brisket. All right, so you're gonna get 3 kids, and you're gonna get a huge tax credit.
They were blaming the father. Some were blaming the father, and some were think that he set her up. It's like, again, these women are crazy. I'm going to show you some of those videos on Saturday's live stream. I'm going to show you those videos. This is why I said that this is the craziness of women.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to solve these problems. Send them to the Amish. Yeah, voting rights. Oh yeah, no doubt. We gotta build up to that, right? She's being yassified. Yeah, smoke brisket, exactly. Good man, be cool if you had that power. No one man has that power, but if enough men get together, we can just simply do this. We can do whatever we want. Remember, guys? Because this is the way it is. It's like biology. Like we just do whatever we want. So we just need to get enough people together, and we just do it, and then that's it. Bro, it's not Kanye. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not that guy. It takes a village. It takes a village. No, yeah, German said a tax of 0 if you have 8 kids. Honest question, do you think mental health clinics that release Lindsay 3 days whenever they normally keep a person for 14 days are comfortable at all in this? Yeah, I think they probably should be looked at, and the mental health clinics need to be expanded massively, but I'd have to look at why that happened. I look at...
That is a wild take.
It kind of like, so... If you want to talk about, let's have a more extended, honest conversation about, other people that are involved in the Lindsay Clancy thing. So the husband clearly had nothing to do with this. From everything that I see, it had nothing to do with it. The doctors that prescribed her a bunch of medications. I think that there needs to be not direct accountability for those doctors particularly, because they're following a protocol, but there needs to be a conversation about why we have so much pharmaceutical influence in American politics.
I do say this, right? I do say this. We have a problem with our medicine. Okay. We are so reliant on just giving people a whole bunch of fucking medicine. All right. We are using people as guinea pigs. Oh, try this. Oh, try that. It's like, you're just giving me a whole lot of shit that you're not even sure if it will work. Okay. You're just giving me, we do have a problem with over prescribing medicine. And the problem is that that is a problem, but also is that you're not even sure if it's a viable answer, if it's something that would work. You're not even sure. It's like, oh, you know what? Are you feeling a little depressed? Here's some medicine. It's like seriously, it's always, we're just constantly throwing medicine at people. In my opinion, okay? In my opinion, Lindsay Clancy should have been sequestered away from her kids. Her family, doctors should have said, not give her medicines. Doctors should have said, you need to stay away from your children for weeks, if not months, until you are mentally more stable. And if that doesn't work, maybe then we'll try medicine. It's like medicine, in my opinion, sometimes should be the last resort, because we don't understand that sometimes these medicine, particularly modern day, pharmaceuticals and shit like that, the scientists that make shit that, synthesize all this crap, it sometimes can make shit worse or not do anything at all. Okay. I think a lot of times medicines are like placebos. Like they're just meant to fake your mind into thinking you're getting better or whatever. So I don't know. I think the doctor should have prescribed her, you need to stay away from your kids for weeks, if not months. Don't deal with your kids. Don't be around your kids. And I agree. This is the thing. Perfect. I mean, I didn't watch Dr. Phil, but I mean, that's why I believe in it. Because imagine this, right? Or the boys with ADHD. You should not be feeding these fucking boys with medicines. You know what you should be doing? Putting these boys into Boy Scouts, football, wrestling, taekwondo, karate. Put these boys into activities, right? The boys with ADHD Are you stupid? It's not a sickness. These young boys need to be active, right? But no, we're stuffing these kids with a whole bunch of like crap medicines to medicate them. Nah. That's not a good thing at all. Laughing Man, what is up, my brother? What is up?
Why we have pharmaceutical influence inside of advertising, and also how pharmaceutical influence and monetary influence is affecting how hospitals prescribe medication. This is a huge, real, legitimate problem.
Yes, I'm extremely happy about that. I'm extremely happy that men are waking up. Like, I'm not dealing with this crazy ass woman. If you are dealing with a woman that thinks that it's okay, I support this woman who deleted 3 of her kids, the relationship is over.
And it needs to be taken seriously. And the propagators of it, I think, should be held criminally liable for some of these things, at least at a mass level. That's number one. Number two, I would also talk about the insane asylums, the mental asylums, etc. I am a big fan of mental asylums.
Correct. On this channel, bring back mental asylums. Bring back mental asylums. We need to be committing so many of these women into mental asylums. I'm sorry, women that are experiencing postpartum, commit them. Commit them for weeks to months until they feel better. We need to be committing these women who are experiencing postpartum. I'm sorry, sounds terrible, but it is true. Let these women stay away from their kids until they're mentally better. I'm not saying like lobotomize them, right? That's not what I'm saying. But these women need to be put away until they're better. They should not be around their kids. These women should not be around their kids. I'm sorry. So make mental asylums great again, because we got to be committing these women into mental asylums. These women, these trans, some of these gays, they need to be going to mental asylums.
I think we should probably convert at least a couple of prisons to mental asylums and then put people in them instead. I think some people in prison don't really need to be in prison. They're actually crazy, not really dangerous. I mean, sometimes there's an overlap there, but like they really are mentally ill more than they are actual criminals. So that's another one. And I think this is and I think we need to build more prisons and more mental institutions. Like, I haven't said this for a long time, so people might have forgotten. I have a policy of 2%. We need to remove the bottom 2% of society and institutionalize them. We need to put them in mental institutions, in prisons, jails, or other forms of confinement that separate them from the public. Just literally remove them, like a straight.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of a little bit extreme with than Asman. I think we should start deleting or exiling. I don't know. Is there not an island where we can just drop these criminals off? All right, exile them into the desert. I don't know, or like start deleting like the bottom of the barrel criminals. So the criminals we know 100% did it, right? Criminals we know 100% did it. Lobotomize them too. I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, 2% cult. And 2% is the bottom. Like that's like, it could be 2.5, it could be 3. Right now, you have to think that like the American prison population is only 0.6% of the population. That is way too low. We can't have only 0.6% of the population in there. What do you mean by 2%? I mean, we take the 2% of people, like all the crazy crackheads that are walking around, all of the people that go to the grocery store and they use an outdoor voice in an indoor setting and they yell at the cashiers and they throw food on the ground. You're going in a mental institution. If you're getting in a fight with a police officer over a parking violation, you are going into a mental asylum. If you let me.
I love it, Zyrax. This is why I love this girl. I love it. You know what? She fights me with a lot of things, but I know deep down we kind of think the same. She's just the feminism, right? The feminism is in her, and this is the channel where she gets out of her. She gets to relieve her stress, so she has to argue. This is a thing where I think, you know what, especially Asian women, they agree with my take more. All right. It's just that, you know, I get it. Life is boring. You gotta put some spice. So she has to, be contrarian to my opinions.
If you support Lindsay Clancy, you're mental asylum. If you are a terrorist supporter, probably either prison, Guantanamo Bay, or mental asylum. And so
delete. I'm sorry. You should be deleted. This is my controversial opinion. We delete very few people. I'm sorry. I think America, our justice system deletes way too little. We delete way too little people. Why are our prisons so crammed with people? We keep people way too long. So no, we should start deleting more people. I'm sorry. Firing squads, I think it's cheaper, right? This is you pay for the bullet or the labor, and just like anyone 100%, you are sure they did it, start deleting. This is a thing where I get that the whole they need to stay alive to suffer. Are they actually suffering? I'm sorry. Are prisoners actually suffering that kind of life? I question it sometimes. I'm not saying it's like the Ritz. I'm not saying it's it's a great hotel kind of experience, but suffering is sometimes like this is not like the prison of, I don't know, the 1900s or shit like that, or this is not a prison of like China or shit. We're not like torturing people. We are way too humane to like really have these people suffering.
How often do you call the 2% annually? Well, it would be a net positive, right?
Exactly. Yo, Brent, this is what I'm saying, right? We should be deleting people. I don't care, right? I get the whole suffering part, but we're not making people suffer, right? They're living 3 meals a day, a bed to sleep on, a toilet to shit in, right? I'm not saying it's a comfortable life, but a life of suffering, that's not true at all. I'm sorry. I really don't believe that criminals are suffering to that degree that's warrant a lifetime of prison. I don't really think that. Oh, made to suffer. Okay, if they're made to suffer, I'm with you. Okay, if they're made to suffer, then I'm with you. Okay, because I really don't think that our prisons are not that torture chamber-esque. Now, if we made criminals suffer, perfect. No argument from me. Make that child killer suffer for the rest of his life. Go for it. Torture the shit out of him for the rest of his life. I'm all for that.
So a 2% would be a baseline. So like it would.
I'm not. You gotta think about this, right? They do R-word other men. It happens. I'm not saying that, but let's be honest. I've seen some of these. Those men turn gay. Those men turn gay. Once you turn gay, are you suffering now? I can see it that it's a straight man, right? A straight man, right? It's suffering, but I've seen a lot of these men turn gay. Once you turn gay, you're not finding that enjoyable, right? It's as terrible as it is. So, plus you gotta think, what about the one that's the one that's doing the gay turning, right? The one that's doing the pumping, right? You think that he's having he's having a life of suffering? He's literally being able to have sex. So
always be 2%, but it would be above that, right? That's more than 10%. No, it's really not.
Red Door, what is up, my sister? What is up?
Getting them help is not removing them. I'm more interested in helping the 98% than helping the 2%. Helping the 2% is a serendipitous outcome, and hopefully that happens. Helping the 98% is necessary. So I'm going to prioritize the 98%.
The pumping, like seriously, are the ones who's doing the pumping actually suffering in life?
Does that make sense? Wasted resources. So that brings me to the second part of what I was saying, is that we also need to compel them into mandatory labor. So everybody in the prison populations need to be compelled into mandatory labor. We could do this by putting shock collars on them. We could do this by, obviously giving them different treatment based off of if they work or not. And we basically put these people to work all over the country, basically fixing things and getting things done. And I think this will be better for them, right? You're sitting around all day in your cell jacking off to cartoons. Get the fuck out of here. Like, at least go out there and build a railroad or something. So that's what we did in Germany. So that's what I would do. And so that's how we'd make the money back. A vibration collar? Yeah, it would be vibrating at the frequency of 50,000 volts. Maybe more. I don't know. I'd have to do...
Now, right? If we're actually using the prison population as forced labor, I kind of would be again. I kind of would be for it. Like, using the prison population to do construction work, or the truly manual labor construction work. We were doing that before. It's like this is a problem where when we come to humane, it's like
some scientific research on this, but probably somewhere around 50,000
medical and science experiments. Yo, that is crazy. I mean, I wouldn't be against that, because again, the worst of the worst criminals, I'm sorry, they don't deserve humanity, right? They don't deserve to be humane treatments. They don't. I'm sorry.
Vibrations a second. So yes. Mm-hmm. Cobalt mines? No, I don't. Percent idea. That's what and I'm completely serious about this, by the way. I think if we remove the bottom 2%, you get rid of every plexiglass case in CVS. You get rid of every flock camera. You get rid of the drivers, like the car detecting what you're doing and driving. You get rid of, homeless encampments and crazy crackheads. You get rid of the teen takeovers. You get rid of...
That's the thing where I think America's way too soft on crime. Why aren't we, right, deleting or doing harsh torture for pedos? Why aren't we deleting and doing harsh torture to killers? Proven killers. Why aren't we? I'm sorry. The criminals are not scared. They're not scared to do crime. Why? Because at worst, they get years in prison where they could be a tough guy, right? Where they can be, they can still be a tough guy in prison. That's why. These criminals are not scared to go to prison. They're not scared to go to prison. They're not. Because what? They don't have to pay for anything. No pay for taxes. They don't have to pay for shit. They don't have to work. Okay? The worst thing is that they don't get women, but let's be honest, they're pumping, right? They're still having sex in those things. So we are way too soft on crime. We need to be deleting or torturing people who do the worst crimes. Plain and simple. I'm sorry.
The carjackings. You get rid of, 90% of violent crime. You get rid of everything. You can just push the button and just get rid of them. It won't be minimal. It'll be functionally non-existent. How's that worked for us so far? Oh, that's right. It hasn't. What's this?
Suffer in fucking silence? No, you don't, because you're not a fucking woman.
I have that video too. I'm going to react to it.
Voice it. Oh.
I wonder how many she's on. And it's just, this, by the way, this is another angle of it. This is totally different, but it's also the same. Zero accountability, 13 different medications. Yeah. Not anymore. You can't be afraid to shut down harpies for the sake of the group. They're just loud birds in the end. True, brother. True, brother.
So is this the real Egypt?
Yes. Think about it. Malcolm X, when he went to Egypt, he came back and said, that's not them. That's us on them statues. We the true Egyptians.
Who was the true Egyptians?
At that time, they were saying African American, but it's the copper-colored Indians.
So is this the real Egypt?
Yes. Mississippi is Nile River. Texas is the second largest state, right? Texas was all the states that was around it. So if Texas was a part of all that, Egypt. That's why it takes so long for Texas to change their laws. Because they know they have the most majority of gods and goddesses. And
what the This is yo, Bars, what is up, my brother? What is up? This is why it's hard for me to support people like this. Because they're so low IQ. They're so low IQ.
Thinking about San Antonio, Austin area, all this is tied.
I wonder if that's why I was drawn here.
Yeah, it's the city of gods.
So is this the real?
I'm gonna keep showing this punishment will continue until the voting rights decrease. I will just continue showing these videos until people realize that very clearly there are some people in society that shouldn't vote. Are you a pharaoh? I guess I'm just learning this right now. In case you're curious, this is the level of insanity women on the internet have reached about Lindsay Clancy. I think Lindsay was acting in self-defense. What if Patrick...
Self-defense against her children? You see the... This is why, right? This is why certain men say repeal women's voting rights. This is why certain men say repeal women's voting rights, because so many women, Exhibit A, are low IQ. Who are you defending yourself against? Children? She literally premeditated the strangling of her children.
Train the kids to attack their mother and attempt to kill her. Think
what if Patrick Clancy...
In case you're curious, this is the level of insanity women on the internet have reached about Lindsay Clancy. I think Lindsay was acting in self-defense. What if Patrick trained the kids to attack their mother and attempt to kill her? Think about it. She was found injured and the kid was deceased. She acted in self-defense, but the kids did enough damage to her to cause the injuries that she had. And how could the kids do that unless their father trained them to do that? It makes perfect sense. Patrick is guilty, and what happened to the kids is unfortunate, but it was self-defense.
Zyrex, Exhibit A. You see the insanity of women? My girl, stop being on the left. Stop. You should try to disassociate yourself away from these women. All right? Try to disassociate yourself away from these types of women. It is women on the left, progressive, Democrat, liberal, feminists. These are the women that are out there. These women think that a 5-year-old, I believe a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old gave a full-grown woman scars, defense wounds. Women think that the father, Patrick Clancy, trained his 5-year-old, 3-year-old, 1-year-old to try to unalive a full-grown woman. That is women. That is women's logic. That is women's critical thinking. And then you're surprised that men are saying, let's repeal the 19th Amendment. Let's take away women's voting rights. Or women shouldn't be leading. Or feminism is a problem.
That toddler had a knife. They had a knife, bro. Like, they were ready to kill. I got even more of this too. No, it didn't. There was a Spencer Pratt video about this shit. Like, here's no one. Here we go. Look at this. When your only son that you don't like tries to lay down on you. Can you imagine, bro? Like, this is like you. Oh my god. It's just really. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, what a crazy level of spawn RNG, man. Like, you spawned into the...
No, that was a post. He was reading a post from a woman. A woman made that post.
Fucking... It's like you hot dropped without a parachute. That's bad. That poor baby, yeah. That's just sad. What the fuck? Your own kids too? Yeah, I'm scared for that kid. Probably another future victim of sudden infant death syndrome.
So when I first started, paying attention and looking into this case, it actually broke my heart for everyone involved in this. And I hate that it takes something like this to have a real conversation about women's mental health and postpartum depression, because
I can't wait for the next time some male mass rapist gets arrested and every guy is out there defending him using the same logic and reasoning that they are with this girl, and these women are losing their mind.
You see that? You see the slippery slope? How women are talking about postpartum, right? The mental health of women. Imagine if that logic was reversed. If now that men are excusing other men for killing women or for R-wording women because of his mental health, he was mentally insane. He was experiencing psychosis. He had mental health problems. That is why he killed these women. This is why he R-worded these women. Is that acceptable? Is that sympathetic? Who cares? Who cares if they are mentally ill, if they're experiencing some form of whatever? They did bad. They get the firing squad.
Mine's upset about it. It's gonna be so fucking funny. And it's gonna happen in probably like a week. Because a lot of guys do this. So like it's gonna be very, very soon. It's already happened. Yeah, but there's gonna be a big one. There'll be a big one. It hasn't been a big one yet.
Bars, what is up, my brother? What is up?
What's up with you, man? How you doing today?
I'm chilling. What's your thoughts so far? What's your thoughts?
This has been burning a hole in my soul lately. And it's
Okay.
that it's very sad. Number one, I want to say, men, if you care about your children, get them away from these demons. Period.
Uh-huh.
Point blank and period. And this is your chance because they have all the social media and they can just go online and record. They can self-snitch on themselves. So let them self-snitch on themselves and get your children away from these demons and protect your seed. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. And number two, these women, these so-called good women, because where they at? I want to know where they at. Because I think we done some like 20% of good of good natured people and 80% of maniacs out here.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. But all these good women, where are all these good women at? Number one. Number two, these so-called good women better get in the face of these crazy people because they're going to mess everything up for everybody. Just like you said, voting rights are going to get taken away. I'm sorry. Everybody want to act like it can't happen. It can. It can. You know what I'm saying? So they better get over that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe me being black in America, I understand that hey, it can happen to you. Anything can happen. Stuff can happen. Stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? So deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at least you're not fighting against, right? You got to fight against it. Women gotta. There's not enough women speaking out against this. Women should be women should be like speaking out in droves against people like this, right? Women should be fighting against it. But what I see is that literally women are protesting for her, in support of her.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, women should be like condemned. It's like, that's the thing where you don't realize that the bad apples are just, making it worse.
Yep, that's what they say. They say one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yeah,
That's what they say. And really, that's what's happening. If you don't get off of this, if women don't get off of this sisterhood kick, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just Amazonian theory. That's just Amazonian theory. You just you think you're this is what makes me mad. Like I say all the time, every war, every skirmish, it was to protect the women and some children. You know what I'm saying? Keep it 100. At the end of the day, that's what it was. And for them to turn their backs on men, especially black men to black men and black women, that's just crazy. It's crazy. It's diabolical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I question if this world is ran by the devil. Everybody want to question. Everybody want to say give credit to God for all the good stuff, but you gotta give it to him for the bad stuff too. And it's a lot of bad. And I question if Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call the person, you know what I'm saying, is in control. Because this is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that a woman can stay. I saw a clip that was like a woman saying that think of them as porcelain dolls. They're not porcelain
Yes,
dolls.
I saw that one.
They're children. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. It's crazy.
It's way too. This is the thing where we're seeing how cold women can be, and how women supporting this type of women, we can see how sadly how evil women can be as well.
Mhm.
It's kind of disgusting. It really is.
Well, that's
God.
what happens when you have years of not being held accountable.
Mm, mm,
That's
mm,
point 50 years of not being held accountable, 50, 60
mm,
years of not being held accountable will do this to people, a
mm,
psyche. You know what
mm.
I'm saying? And they won't check it. And I questioned it. It's like what do they want to happen? What has to happen? What has to happen for them to make changes? For these so-called politicians, you know what I'm saying? For these people to make changes. What's
Mhm,
going to have
mhm.
to happen? You know, you already have three babies unalived. It's
No.
craziness. And
Mhm,
any
mhm,
woman, I would say this: any woman who supports her or think that whatever is it
mhm.
run, run so fast.
I agree. That's the worst part. All the women that are supporting her, oh, men need to wake up. Don't deal with these types of women.
Yeah, men need to wake up. They need
Mhm.
to protect. They need to understand. Men, we have been taught a lie that women are the nurturing ones,
Mm.
and as far as I can see, it might be opposite. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? As far as I can see, because I didn't see more men protect their babies than I've seen women.
Mm.
It's just what it is. You know, but these people are crazy. How can you support? That's just like I'll be saying all the time. How can you support unaliving your baby through AV? You know what I'm saying? How can you support that?
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I said, right? Saturday, I'm going to show you so many clips of these delusional, deranged ass women because
Mm,
it's disgusting. It is disgusting seeing women's takes, women's opinions, women's views on this.
mm,
It breaks up. It breaks all the propaganda. Oh, you think women are nurturing? You think women are like great mothers? Oh,
mm.
it will. This. I've said this before many times. That is why I'm trying to break that narrative. Being born a woman or a man doesn't automatically make you whatever, right? Being born a woman doesn't automatically make you a good nurturer, a good mother. You care for your kids and all that shit. No, it doesn't.
No, no.
It doesn't.
You see that video where the woman was splashing the water on her baby? It's just like,
Yes.
what's
Oh my
wrong with these people?
seriously. Ah, I mean, like, but this is why you know what this is. I've said this before. This is why I like social media. Right, as terrible as it may be, it is show. I will never have. I will have endless material. I have endless things to react to because women constantly say and do shit that it's like I will never end in things to show you. So it's crazy,
Is my mic okay?
huh? Your
Is
mic
my
is a
mic
little
okay?
weird. Your mic is a little weird.
All right. All right.
But a lot of times it is swept under the rug.
Well, every time we call women crazy, you say that it's fucking misogynist. But now you're saying that women are crazy, so it's okay. We've been trying to tell you this for fucking years. You weren't listening. Now you're fucking. You see?
Men have a lot of shame that surrounds it. People don't know how to support. And
There's shame that surrounds women about mental health. Every bitch is crazy. They got it. They have every version of crazy that they have. They have this. It's like a fucking like a movie genre. Like it's like, yeah, this is a horror movie. Well, I mean, this could be both, but I'm mentally ill. I have BPD. I have fucking X, Y, and Z. There's something else. Like it's always bad. It's like flavors.
honestly,
Yeah,
our
it's
medical healthcare system has failed women in a lot of ways. I
mental
worked
health.
as a triage nurse in an OBGYN clinic, one of the busiest ones in the city of Spokane, Washington. And
That's the thing where that's what I'm saying. That's the thing where I want to break that narrative, right? Plenty of great, amazing fathers, and plenty of terrible ass women. That is a narrative that's a narrative I want to break. Right? I always hate that narrative. I know plenty of amazing fathers, and I know plenty of terrible mothers. So,
Yes. Does it sound better?
mm, I don't know.
Mhm.
Because every time you say something at the end, it just a blip, you know.
Mhm.
So it's a weird thing. I don't know.
People would be shocked if you knew the calls that I got, the women that came in. There is a reason that there is a safe place that a lot of hospitals have where women can come bring their baby to keep it safe and keep it alive if they're feeling any of these feelings. It's a real thing. And it happens probably more than people even realize.
Yeah, so why didn't she go to one of them? If she didn't want to kill her kids, why didn't she take the bait? Oh, well.
With each child as well. So you have to be your own advocate. You have to be proactive. And if you do not have people in your life that understand that or know how to get you the help that you need, this stuff is real. And we need to address it in this country. A lot of times women are given the baby and they're shoved out of the hospital and said, good luck, you know?
Can you imagine somebody coming on, like some guy murders his wife and family and kids, and like they start talking about this person's mental health? Isn't it so annoying? This is Freud logic, bro. That's what it is. In Asia, a female with mental problems probably does not allowed to get pregnant. I don't know what they do in Asia. I have no idea. But like, my heart breaks for the children systematically executed one by one. Yeah, I would say that's the big problem here. And this is the inversion of morality and good and evil that I always talk about. This is what these people do. It's what these people are. I can't believe how many of these people are just ignoring the murder of the 3 kids. Well, it's because they don't care about that. They don't at all. Like I've said this before over and over and over, but they've never given a shit about that at all. And here's another one.
And that's the crazy thing. Okay, this whole case has shown me how little women actually care about children. I've always thought about the whole abortion shit, where so many women support the whole pro-abortion crap. I always thought that was concerning, and now this is like, wow. Women don't give a shit about kids at all.
You don't live in reality, man. That's a problem. They don't live in reality. And any woman can get mad at me all they want to. Your life is on easy mode. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just dating, it's like, period. That's what people need to start telling me. I don't want to, I'm sorry, but maybe we need to start going back to Mad Men and a chauvinist society, because they have proven that they can't handle any power at all. They can't even hold themselves accountable. Animals can't hold themselves accountable, man. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy to me.
This is
after this
is from the trial.
Did you receive a phone call from the defendant while she was at Brigham and Women's Hospital?
I think it was like a week or so after, yeah.
And what did the defendant say at that time about what had happened with the children?
She didn't talk about our kids. She talked about what she went through.
She kills the fucking kids and she's like, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Holy fuck, man. Are you kidding me? What a joke. I mean, these people are just out of their fucking mind. And, okay. All right, here it is. Spencer Pratt, we've lost our damn minds.
The internet was a mistake. We have officially broken bad. Recently, a married mother of 3 young children was grappling with postpartum psychosis. Not just depression, but psychosis. She was committed to a psych ward for a brief stay, but she lied her way out of it and made her way back home. When her husband left the house to go get food, she took her 3 young babies into the basement, lined them up, and one by one, wrapped an exercise band around their neck and strangled them to death. Now, strangulation is very difficult, even with a toddler. It takes a lot of force and a lot of time. It's a very intimate way to kill somebody, which is probably why she turned the kids face down as she did it. She didn't have to watch the life drain out of their panicked eyes as she choked them out. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to choke a toddler.
That's the thing where I've talked about this quite a few times. These women are not actually imagining it. This is a woman that literally strangled each one of her kids. It's a difference when if you use a gun, right? That's like 3 seconds each. 3 seconds each. Okay? She literally strangled 3 of her kids, and each kid it took a couple seconds, if not a minute or so, to strangle each. Each one of her kids, she brought down, and she didn't bring all three at once, right? She didn't bring all three at once. She brought each one down at a time. She brought each one down at a time, and she strangled each one. Strangled them. So it's like the women that support her are absolutely bottom of the barrel human beings. They're disgusting people.
Yes. And they should pay for it. They should pay for it. It shouldn't be no. It shouldn't be no mental. No, nothing. And this is happening for the first time, which I'm kind of glad that all these women who are going online making all these videos, they're suffering consequences. And I'm telling you, men, any man who hears this, if you got half of your brain in your head and you love your children, get them away from these mentally ill demons. You don't have to be held accountable for nothing. I swear, I stand by that, man. You do what you gotta do, and you get your children. That's what I would if I had the mind that I do now. Back then, that's what I would have did. I would have all mine. Because some of these women are crazy. And you know, it's gotten worse. It used to be bad, but not as bad as it is now. It's horrible now. I really don't understand how people can support this. I don't understand it. You know, watching you the other day, I get that. I get it. I've been there to where it's just the frustration of the frustration, which it just gets to you. It just eats away at you sometimes, and it's just like, what is going on? What are we? What is this? Can't be life. What's going on?
100%. 100%. This is a thing where, you know, a lot of men care, right? We care. We care about society. We care about people. That's why this thing is crazy, right? It's like men are not as cold as women believe they are. Men are not. Men actually care about society. They care about others. So that's another thing I want to disprove as well.
What are we going to be if women rule? What will we be if women rule? They only care about themselves, man. I'm sorry. It will be Book of Eli. That's what it's going to be. And I'm saying this to y'all men, y'all pander bus men. Y'all better get it together because y'all are not going to survive the reckoning. If stuff goes to hell in a handbasket, you are the first to go before these crazy women. So deal with that on, you know, that is, you take that however you want to take it. You be the first to go because you ain't protected nothing. You know what I'm saying? With your pandering self. Because you really, I don't need to see these people as men. I don't need to see these people as men, man. You get up there and you know, you seen the Yaya awakening, whatever.
Yes. I'm definitely gonna talk about that. I'm definitely gonna. I have a video with that one. So definitely
sitting there pandering to women, but then sitting there knocking his woman around.
Yes,
that's the thing with these people.
That's the thing where I've said it. Logical men don't pander, but the panderers, they are the ones that are. They have some skeletons in their closet. This is why. This is. We will definitely talk about that eventually. But yes, that's some disgusting ass shit right there.
Disgusting, man.
The third child had to stand there and watch their siblings die for about 10 minutes before it was their turn. After Mama had finished killing all of her kids, she promptly went upstairs, slashed her own wrist, jumped out the second floor window to off herself. Well, the snow outside.
This is like the beginning of a Witcher 3 quest line, by the way.
Her fall, the cold slowed her vitals, so she merely fractured her spine, paralyzing her, but she ultimately survived. When her husband came home with dinner, he called out for the kids and his wife. Nobody answered. He went upstairs thinking maybe she was bathing the kids. When he got to the bedroom, he saw blood splattered everywhere and the window wide open. To his horror, he saw his wife on the ground outside paralyzed. He asked where the kids were, and his heart sank when she murmured, "In the basement." He was on the phone with 911 when he discovered his dead babies. So there's a recording of his screams as he turned over his dead children, seeing their blue faces and their eyeballs nearly bursting from the sockets. The man naturally moved far away in a desperate attempt to reset his life somehow, and his wife is on trial for murder. And women on TikTok are supporting her. Go ahead, look around if you dare. You will see hundreds of psychotic women. So
I love him.
No,
I really do. This is
you see all this? All of these women, their names should be known to the public, and we should be knowing if they do childcare, if they have children, if they have grandchildren, if they're a nurse, if they work. Yes, if they're a teacher, if they are around kids, every single these women we see, their names should be known, and we should be looking into their history, looking into their lives. If they are around children, they should be fired. Their children should be taken away from them. These women are dangerous. They are disgusting. They are honestly low-life human beings.
I would lose my cool if one of these women was teaching one of my children. I would completely lose. I'll probably go to jail. I'll probably go to jail, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, look, you not teaching up in here. You gotta go. And if you were smart, you would leave now. You would leave before something happened to you. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because I just believe we need to protect it. Somebody gotta protect the children. They can't protect themselves like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta protect them.
Exactly. And I'm sorry. We gotta start protecting these children from these women.
Crazy, man.
This is amazing.
Reporting Lindsay Clancy, blaming the husband.
All right, he did it. Patrick did it.
Lindsay Clancy is obviously not guilty. He did it. He did it.
Patrick's the one who did it. Not Lindsay. Patrick did it.
Lindsay Clancy's birth chart. Just and birthdays and zodiac signs. I've already gone over the forensic.
You see this craziness of women? You see this? I'm sorry. I'm not the type of man that's like, oh, let's take away women's rights. Let's take away women's voting rights. Women. I'm not saying that, but I'm sorry. How can you be angry at the men that that do say it? How can you? It's like these women are crazy. Artie, what is up, my brother? What is up?
What up, Artie?
Your looks like your audio is not there, my brother. So if you have it, I'll let you back on, okay? Boy, got to get his setup checked. All right, but this is what I'm saying. It's like these women are psychotic. I'm sorry. This is why men need to keep women in check. This is why we have a patriarchy. Because I'm sorry, women are emotionally chaotic.
Brain dead.
Yeah.
You also, this is a woman talking about Patrick did it. Are you serious? This woman tried to offer herself because she did what she did. And you still talking about somebody else did it. Because I don't even want to say what I want to say. If I came home and my wife, girlfriend, or whatever did that to my children, man, it might be a totally different story. She wouldn't even be on trial. I would put it that way. She wouldn't be on trial. I would straight like that because.
Don't even think like that, my brother. Don't even think like that. Oh, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. But it's like, I'm sorry. These women are crazy.
Astrology charts show that
forensic astrology, guys.
Women typically don't strangle.
I'm telling you all right now, the South Node goes into Cancer. He's got my man.
Like, what is it? Or I said, or drown them.
I think we can wait for this man to be humbled and for karma to do its thing.
You got a car seat behind you.
Because of
Crazy.
course, in this dystopian social media era, everything is a conspiracy. Nothing is real. Bad things don't happen. Every real story is just fed slop. The real story is some convoluted, nefarious plot by the Jews.
What? That's so crazy.
Whatever the opposite of Occam's razor is, that's TikTok.
Your retard's razor. Please,
Yep.
can we start using this? I've said it before. It's not the simplest answer, which is Occam's razor. It's the dumbest, most short-sighted, brain-dead, fucking delusional, stupid, like just ignorant, dumb thing possible. That is the reason why people think it. Retard's razor.
We've lost our damn minds. I
Unfortunately, actually, never mind.
really think that COVID fried people's brains and that they simply never recovered. We were gaslit to hell, of course. Dr. Tony Fauci, funded the development of the virus. He lied about the lab.
So it came from a wet market in the same place where there's this huge lab that does all the kind of development of exactly what this thing is.
He looks sick.
Ugh.
He loves something wrong with him.
Yo, Artie, it looks like your audio is still not good. All right, so, bro.
This Chromo, like, he's one of those guys, right? He's like fucking Van Jones, where it's like, I'm usually against him like 70-80% of the time, but like the 20 or 30%, it's like, yes. Fucking that's yes. Fucking exactly.
Some coincidence.
They lied about the threat to kids. They locked everyone down.
I wear a mask to school. I wear a mask to school.
It was like some horrendous globalized Stanford prison experiment. Our institutions completely eviscerated their own reputation and dignity. Gavin Newsom locked us down and then had a fancy dinner with friends at the French Laundry. The science told us that if you went paddleboarding alone in the middle of the ocean...
Do you remember they rode 2 Coast Guard boats after this one random guy that's paddleboarding around in California?
You needed to be arrested for killing grandma. But of course, if you riot with 500,000 people, that's totally fine because viruses take a time out when it comes to social justice.
That's fucking right, dude. Bro, this fucking double standard where it was totally okay for people to go around and do these massive BLM protests while at the same time you had to go out, you couldn't go outside without a mask. It was the most obvious piece of shit garbage ever.
Our institutions so thoroughly destroyed any semblance of credibility that they ever had, and frankly, they don't deserve that trust anymore. But we've devolved into a buffoonish, low-trust society where now people see conspiracy and malice in literally every corner of human life. Nothing is real, but everything
Look who it is.
is real. But beyond that is something darker. It's not just that we've allowed ourselves to believe the craziest things. It's not that we've just jettisoned our critical thought. We've lost our humanity. Look at the animals who people are now celebrating.
He's calling them animals. Yes, bro. Yes, that's what they are. Finally, yes, this is the language you need. They are fucking animals. Thank you.
Openly. Luigi
Normalize
Mangione shot a healthcare CEO on the back and communists celebrated him.
That's
Women
right.
openly gushed over him and still do. Even as he's pled guilty, they still simp for him. Now I know women have always been crazy. All famous murderers get love letters in prison, so it's not exactly a new phenomenon. But we can.
That is a phenomenon. Do you know how many women are like are all over, like killers, murderers, abusers?
Yep.
How many women love these types of men? I'm
The
sorry,
bad
and
boys.
yes, I'm sorry, and we're supposed to like say that women are smarter than men or women deserve places of power. Are you crazy? Unbelievable. Like literally, I forgot I forgot his name, but the guy who murdered his wife and kids, he literally, a black woman at that, is trying to marry him. That's like crazy shit.
Crazy. And that's the thing. You can't protect anything if it won't listen. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you put some clothes on, you want to talk while I'm insecure and all this stuff, but then you go out half naked and you get accosted, then I'm weak for not put my life on the line for something that I already told you. I told you this is what it was.
Let me be honest. I think the most logical women are the women that are married and have been guided by men. That's my opinion.
Yes. And then going back to child support, family law, that's why I have such a problem with family law and child support.
Mm,
That they they have well really like the welfare system. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Let's just get well, white women didn't have to get rid of their men to get any programs, but black women sure did. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Let's keep on it. That's
Yep.
what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. And if the father is not, if you have no positive role models, it's not good for men or women.
I
It's not.
agree. I agree. I agree. Guys, please like the stream. It helps me out. Please like the stream. And if you guys want to join, right? If you guys want to, join into the conversation, the link is in the chat. All right. The link is in the chat if you want to join, if you have an opinion. So if you want to react to it with me, the link is in the chat if you want to join.
Have a discussion about daddy issues and
I mean, come on, Zyrax. I kind of think so, right? I kind of think so, right?
another time. But that's not what this is.
That's this guy, bro. This guy, this is where we need to be going. I actually think.
I mean, and it's
Man.
coming from a woman that's married, so.
Yeah, but see that is, and I gotta say this. Have to say this, but that is the problem. That's psychosis. That's the true psychosis. That you are a married woman and you seem to have a head on your shoulders, but you're still going with this feminist BS. You still do. That's a real psychosis.
I think it's sometimes that because this is the thing where this is something I've always believed. I think men have made the world way too safe for women, right? So women are because this is the thing where I think women are agents of chaos. Women get bored quicker, so women need that spice. Women need that that craziness, that drama. Women do. We all know women love drama, so this is why I kind of think that this is why women do the whole the left thing, or they go crazy because they're bored. A lot of these women don't have kids, don't have husbands, so they got to find an outlet. Or some women who have kids and husbands, they're bored in that life. So so
I don't know. Boredom has never been an excuse.
I agree.
Boredom has never been no excuse to me. It's been plenty of times. I used to be a straight up thug. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a straight up do boy. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
But am I now? You know what I'm saying? I'm not now. Yeah. But I'm just saying I used to be. And it has to. We all have to grow up, and that's the problem.
Maturity.
Women want to say they mature so much faster than men, but they stop at 16. Just like people say, they stop at 14, 16, while a man be 20, be 18, and have the maturity of a 30-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And all I would have to say, Zara going to talk about laugh about guy about men. Now, first of all men are not to be followed. Some of these men is worse than some of these men are single female. They're female raised. So we can't even equate. We can't even. That's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Number two. That like some of these men are not to be followed, and also that you have to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you got a woman who won't listen, refuses to listen, she thinks she knows better than everybody else, which society has never made them be I want, and I think it's coming to it. Like I say all the time, it's natural selection time. I think it's coming to it to where, accountability is about to be king. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hold yourself accountable, if you're not accountable for your own actions, you're not going to make it very far in life. Period.
I agree.
It's just my opinion.
Zyrax, thank you for the love. Thank you for the love.
Talk about this. This is where we need to be going. I like this a lot.
This is something more sinister. What explains the outpouring of love for the mom who strangled her kids? Why are people trying so hard to exonerate her? When some criminal migrant masturbates in front of children at a public beach, the dads rightfully beat the shit out of him. But a woman suffering with suicidal thoughts.
I love that. That's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. All right, that's men keeping order right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Intervenes to protect and comfort that child sex offender.
Oh this is amazing. Holy shit.
You see an invasion of Spain? You see a white woman gleefully waving the invaders. Is this what matriarchy looks like? Where this kind of suicidal empathy exploits the noble virtue of unconditional maternal compassion and perverts it towards the criminal dregs of society, all because wokeness now supersedes all normal virtue? We've heard that expression. It's a face that only a mother can love. I know I always heard it. We all know that unconditional.
He's so good, bro. Like, he's so good. I feel like this is the Chud avatar. This is the closest thing that we have to the Chud avatar in politics now.
Maternal love, that superpower that God imbued into our mothers to make sure they loved us, irrationally loved us, so they didn't toss us into the damn river as babies when we're crying all night long for months on end. Their maternal love must supersede all reason and normal emotion in order to make sure that they can even make it through. But now that irrational love isn't pointed at our own vulnerable children. It's been reallocated towards whatever group the algorithm has designated as the vulnerable class. Criminal migrants, drug addicts on the street, any and all of the worst cretins of the planet get full feminine favor and protection as long as they're not the ultimate Satan. The white male. The high.
This is the Giga Chud. This is it. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck.
Jacking of the maternal instinct didn't start with social media. It goes way back in 1995 when she watched Dead Man Walking as a teenager. When that film planted the seed that vile criminals deserve her heartfelt tears.
Don't execute this man. You can stop this from happening, sir.
By the way, Sean Bean beat the fucking shit out of Madonna in real life. He was a full retard in real life.
Injected it with steroids. This is the prolonged condition.
Sean Penn. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Not Boromir, the champion of Gondor. No, excuse me. I apologize. Sean Penn.
That accelerated with the ascendance of the Byronic hero. We got so cute with finding redeeming qualities and irredeemable villains. Gone are the days of the true bad guy. Now, the cinematic vanguard is in love with finding the humanity in the bad guy, telling the sympathetic origin story. Our parents had superheroes. We have anti-heroes.
Goddamn right. Our parents have superheroes. We have anti-heroes. Man, this is really like...
Breaking Bad was so brilliant. It made us cheer on a narcissistic.
What are your thoughts?
I would agree. I would agree that we have older in the 70s. We had Superman, then we had Batman. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Batman, and Batman's the bigger than Superman.
That's our generation. Now
that's our generation.
Yep, exactly. To be honest, I think our generation is the last good generation. I'm seeing things getting worse. Things are.
And that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say to Zyrek. I don't like to be going. I'm trying to get to the point where I say what I'm going to say and I keep it moving. But it's like she said that basically like women know better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, women are the most everything. Most everything. You know what I'm saying? The women have the most everything. And if they knew better, why are things the worst thing ever been? And I'm into history. I'm like I say all the time, my history buff. This is the back when we had Spartans kicking people down wells, it wasn't this bad. You know what I'm saying? You had corrupt astrology. And it still wasn't as bad. You still didn't have women supporting unaliving their own babies.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to be honest. Let's be honest. Let's take gender out of it. Let's
Yeah.
take gender out of it and let's be honest. And from where we've gone, from where we've been to where we're going, doesn't look good. So you can say women know better all you want to, but they have to prove it. You know what I'm saying? I think that has always been the male versus female problem issue. You know what I'm saying? Men, we're willing to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we put our money where our mouth is, and women are not. Women just talk stuff, and it's not even true. No basis of any truth, no fact at all. They just say stuff, and it's supposed to be. And if you're not smart enough, if you go along, if your mother was God to you, and you were taught to you know that no woman can't be wrong, you gonna fall victim. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. You're gonna
Yeah.
fall victim if you don't look at everything for your own, for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because your mother, your friend could be a daggone liar. I'm sorry. Straight up.
Murderous criminal drug kingpin who destroyed his family over money. When Tim Burton did Batman, the Joker was a lunatic. But now the Joker gets his own movie where he's the hero, and the climax of the film is him murdering the orderlies at the asylum. The arts dog walked us here over decades, with films and televisions that inverted the paradigm of normal virtue. Cops.
I just have to pause and take this in, bro. Like, this is insane. This is crazy. Like, I gotta run it back.
Hero, and the climax of the film is him murdering the orderlies at the asylum. The arts dog walked us here over decades, with films and televisions that inverted the paradigm of normal virtue. Cops are the bad guys, outlaws are the heroes, and man, do you see that manifesting in reality today. Scrolling through Mommy Sleuth TikTok is an exercise in
Mommy Sleuth TikTok.
Pure insanity. Whatever this woke social media blob has done to the modern mind, it's gone far beyond internet sleuthing, and it's spawned an entire generation of hollow-out, depraved crazies. What about all the goblins celebrating the communist?
Goblins. Goblins, animals. Dude. This is great. This is really great.
Who shot Charlie Kirk. You have insane influencers making a fortune of shamelessly exploiting his death, tying themselves in knots with the most convoluted Rube Goldberg bullshit explanations to try and
Rube Goldberg bullshit explanations.
Deny something we all saw in 4K and wish we didn't. And it was an exploding mic.
Yeah, he rigged microphone.
And they timed it precisely to the millisecond with the fake gunshot from the patsy.
The shape charge was actually supposed to hit him in the chest.
There were Jews hiding under the grass. It was French special forces. Just the craziest, most unhinged shit imaginable. And people believe it. Anything but what actually happened. Anything but the most obvious, straightforward explanation. The woke communists you saw on camera who had prints on the rifle killed an anti-communist leader because communists are violent lunatics. And that's it. We have a communist violence problem. But psychos on the internet have made it
a communist violence problem.
Entire cottage industry around denying and exploiting it.
We're not morons.
But what's so much worse than these crazy conspiracies is how it drives people to abandon their basic human decency. It goes from just asking questions to demonizing a grieving widow, celebrating her husband's violent death. It's so much worse than just absolving the actual murderer and trying to sabotage the trial. These people have a bloodlust. What have you become when you celebrate an assassination?
Well, well, well.
Like this. I don't care what your politics are. This was a father, a loving husband. You know, I was in D.C. in an interagency meeting when that communist shot Charlie. I was there advocating for the Palisades, trying to get things done to help us rebuild when everyone's phones started buzzing. Now, I never knew Charlie, but some of the president's cabinet members were with us, agency heads, people who were friends with Charlie and had worked with him for years, and they were devastated. It was one of the most grotesque and shocking moments I've ever seen in American history.
I'm gonna be real. You're right about that. I remember watching him die. Holy fuck. That was crazy. I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. I was like, there's no way so much.
I remember that day too. That was a sad moment for myself as well. The left is a bunch of lunatics. Feminists, the left, Democrats, progressive, liberals, they're a bunch of lunatics. We need to get rid of them. I'm sorry. They are just anti-Americans. They are the worst of our society. They are the ones who are supporting the terrible people. Right?
Yeah.
They are the ones who are supporting this crazy shit.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's supporting all this crazy stuff and this over and but see that's that woman stuff. I'm sorry. That's
Yes.
that woman stuff. That over empathetic. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's like I got empathy for you, but that don't mean I gotta let you into my garden. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
That don't mean
mhm,
that.
mhm.
That don't mean you just absolved of everything because I feel sorry for you or whatever. Oh, I feel sorry for. So guess what? We're gonna have a firing squad instead of drowning you by tying some rocks to your feet. You know what I'm saying? That is my empathy. We're gonna make it quick instead of long. That's my empathy. Some like you said with all these pedals and stuff, man. You're supposed to show these pedals empathy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to be empathetic to a pedo. I'm supposed to
Mm.
be empathetic to a child unaliver. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? I'm
mhm,
supposed to have empathetic. I'm supposed to have empathy for you.
mhm.
No, I'm not going to. And see, that's the one. Like you said, one thing about the generations that might be a thing. Things were hard, but they were clean. They were righteous. It was righteousness. Now with this left and all this stuff, it's no righteousness, man. It's no righteousness no more. There's no love in the streets.
I agree.
And
I
that's what's
agree.
very messed up.
Come out.
Zyrax, come up if you want. I'm ready. Let's talk.
You even showed your dad? Yeah. I was like, you see this? He says, whoa, fuck. Exactly. It's not about the fact that Charlie Kirk was killed. It's about the fact that everybody celebrated it.
Mocking his death. Drag queens putting on assassination fashion shows.
That's right.
Who are these demons? What if we allowed?
Bro? Animals, goblins, demons, bro. Like this is the type of language that is going to deliver us to the promised land. This is the type of mindset that will solve the problem. This is the correct way of acknowledging these things' existence. Thank God.
Ourselves to become. We have been so thoroughly demoralized. I fear that we can't get any lower. These things have fried our.
We have to. No, it's more that like we have to go after those people. Like you go after these individual people, you crucify them, you ruin their life systematically, and you even do it to people around them that weren't even involved in the Old Testament.
Instead of campaigning.
No shot.
What?
No, I was just saying eye for eye. Eye for eye,
okay.
man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said it. Are you kidding me?
Jester gooning instead of campaigning. We dress like Slavs. We shrug away drug addicts defiling themselves on our streets. We celebrate murders and lawlessness with alacrity. We have no dignity anymore, and I don't know how we get it back.
I do. I know exactly how to get it back. I know exactly how. You put all the demons, all the goblins, all the animals, you put them in the cages where they belong, and you keep them there. And you say, you're welcome. We're going to get them all. That's how it's done. And you do it with the military. You do it with the police. You do it with the National Guard. You take an extra amount of money. Stop funding Israel. You make an additional fund to fund ICE, but for every domestic fucking terrorist, you build 5 additional Guantanamo bays, and you figure out the most crazy shot collar fucking cardboard box shit that you could ever imagine for these psychopaths, for these absolute Vlad the Impaler. I like him. You can just do this. You could just get rid of this. Spencer Pratt is a patriot. I love Spencer Pratt. This video is my favorite video he's ever made. Like by far. This video is insanely fucking good. Oh my God, this is such a good video. Wow. I'm gonna link it to you guys. I usually don't link Twitter videos. I'm gonna link it to you guys.
Yeah. We definitely have a lot of problems. And like we're both talking, I think feminism is the root. I think feminism is the root of our problems. Honestly, do.
You too. Now I don't agree. Women should be discriminated against or nothing.
No.
But
Yeah.
it's gone too far. It's gone too far. And It's been these evil men. It's been evil men. The evil men who do things get the guilt of evil men. You know what I'm saying? These evil people you done subjugated, people you done stole people's land, money, and then you want to let these evil feminists run wild, and destroy America, which used to be great. I'm sorry, I'm on the line. It's like 50-50, but I say it's my country. I still go to war for it. You know what I'm saying? Still go to war for it, but I'm just saying it's not great like it used to be. It used to be way better than it is now. These people are crazy.
I agree. All right, so talking about mental health, I've said this before. I don't think women actually care about mental health. They just care about ideology. They care about spewing this shit. So I wanted to check this video out. Right? Let's check this out. How women, in my opinion, don't really care about mental health. All right.
The rate's higher.
I don't care. Men's mental health, I don't care.
It's officially men's mental
Yeah.
health. I don't care. June is Men's Mental Health Month, and I didn't even know about that until last year. Evidently, I was not the only one. It's not exactly promoted with the same sort of enthusiasm or corporate sponsorship as something like Pride Month, for example. But this year, I have noticed an uptick in people discussing whether or not this is necessary. And there's this one video in particular that has sparked a wave of responses. This TikToker filmed herself mocking the idea of taking a moment of silence for men's mental health. And in response, many men, they brought up size
Always the nose ring. Exactly.
statistics to make their point. So today I want to unpack this. Why are men's emotional struggles often treated like a punchline? Also, why are so many reactions to this conversation on both sides so extreme? Let's begin with the original video, and then we're going to take a look at some of the responses. So here it is, right? Me when it's time to take a moment of silence for men's mental health. And this is the response to the girl that posted that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I really don't give a fuck.
Well, that's unfortunate because there's certainly a lot of women out there that expect all men to care about all women's issues. But yet when it comes to matters that are actually critical to the male population, there are a lot of women out there that really should stop saying that they have empathy for others because it's becoming perfectly obvious that they don't.
So people saying that they don't care with such pride, like apathy is something to brag about. It's not, right? And then this woman stitched that video, responded calmly, pointing out how so many women expect men to care deeply about women's issues, yet feel no obligation to reciprocate.
It's officially June. It's officially men's mental health. Shut the fuck up. I don't care.
This kind of selective empathy isn't just hypocritical.
And that's the worst part is that, okay, you don't care, but you make a video to let everyone else know that you don't care. This is the problem with social media in the sense that, or maybe not the problem, but it's a sad reality when it comes to social media is that just like the Lindsay Clancy thing, women don't have to do it, right? You don't have to make a video saying, oh, you know what? I'm just like Lindsay Clancy. I think like her too. I might do shit to my kids as well. Bitch, you didn't have to do that video, right? But you see the mental illness of these women. You're doing it yourself. You're making these videos. You're making these opinions. You're doing these takes, right? You're making it yourself. Just like these women who saying, oh, I don't care about men's mental health. Okay, no one asked you, but you are trying to, you are making a video to say you don't care, showing how disgusting, how evil, how vile of a person you are. No one forced you to do it, yet you're doing it yourself. And it shows you what type of women we are dealing with. These are the women that are out there.
Well, it's revealing. Okay, it shows how conditional some people's compassion, some people's empathy really has become. I only care about you if we're on the same political team. I only care about you if we're the same gender. What is that?
Zyrex, do you see you see the link? Hopefully you see the link.
And to openly mock mental health awareness for half the population. It's grotesque. I genuinely wonder how someone gets to that point. Do they not have a single man in their lives that they care about, that cares about them? A father, a brother, a grandfather, a friend, a teacher, anyone? Because let's be honest, in many of these cases, the people who proudly broadcast their hatred toward the opposite gender are almost always single. Maybe not 100% of the time, but enough that it's noticeable. Because it's a bit hard to be in a loving, healthy relationship while hating the gender of.
Really? Yo, I did not know that. I gotta check that. I gotta look that up. My sister, Zyrax, what is up? What is up? How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh no, where did
I
he
love
go?
the
So
new
is he coming
picture.
back?
I love the new picture. What?
Oh, thank you. Big Bars, wasn't he up here or is he still up here?
No, he's not up here anymore. I don't know. Must be something wrong with his phone and
Okay.
stuff. So, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts for tonight? I love to hear what's your thoughts.
Well, McGriff. Okay, well, first of all, I'll say this, about facial piercings. I think I don't, well, okay, I have facial piercings, so I don't know.
Do
I
you have a septum ring?
I have a nose ring, yes, and an upper lip.
Oh,
I'm a
come
Madonna.
on, girl! Why do you do this? I don't know. Why do you do that? Why,
It's
girl?
it's just facial piercing, and I have tattoo. I don't,
The tattoos, like, I mean, it's okay, but like the septum ring, my girl. You're being.
I don't know. I don't have that that ring that's like in the middle of the nose.
Oh, so you have the
I have
like a side?
yes, yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, second, I understand the whole, like I get there's
Well, first,
I said this.
do you know anything about the Lindsay Clancy stuff? I know sometimes you
Yes,
don't
I do.
always. Okay. So, what's your thoughts on the Lindsay Clancy case? What's your thoughts?
Well, of course, she did it. Both the prosecutor and they're not defending that. They're not
Yeah.
defending that she didn't do it.
Mhm.
For those women that are blaming like the husband, obviously,
No. First, let's just
Okay,
start. I just want to know your thoughts on her on the case first, and then we'll dive into the reactions to it.
um, I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in, believe in postpartum, psychosis, right?
Mhm.
That is the thing, and um, just because, she has mental problems, that doesn't absolve her from, what she did. Of
Uh-huh.
course, yes, she did it. She deserves to go to
Well, you
jail,
had so it looks like you had 3 kids. Do you experience postpartum with your kids?
Yes,
Did you?
yes.
Okay. What is that? I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't talk to my siblings like that. Right? I'm definitely going to ask them because I don't hear many Asian women talk about that. So I assume that they don't really experience postpartum like that.
Asian parents most definitely experience, but then for the most part, it's because if we're talking about like our, like say our parents back in, like in Vietnam and Laos and Thailand and stuff,
Yeah.
they wouldn't even know what it is. But if you
Yeah.
listen to the stories of what they went through, they definitely experienced depression. And a lot of times depression stems from, your environment, you know, um, see, it has to do with your thought process. Like if you feel like you have a lot of pressure or like something is not, you know, um, yeah, if you're just unhappy about something and then you sit in that and you let that stew and stuff, then yeah, you're gonna be depressed. And a lot of times people they don't have the mechanisms or even the tools to sort of to like fight, the negative thoughts that go through their head. And that's where the
Mm.
medication comes in. And that's the thing with medication, because medication could help a little bit, but then have like, bad side effects. I have my older sister, she's a nurse. She's a labor, nurse, and she had, depression, and the depression pills was giving her, suicidal thoughts and stuff. So she changed medication a few times until the right one, you know, yeah, till she got the right one and she was good and then now she's off of it. So, and that's the thing, I don't really know what happened in Lindsay. It seems like she's had depression for like for years, and so she's been trying to get help, but the doctors kept prescribing her like more medication, and to say that a lot of medication didn't mess with her thought process, that would be that would be disingenuous. You
Hmm.
know,
No,
is he,
I'm on that point. I agree with that. I think, like I was saying in the beginning, I think the meds are not always a great thing for people who are going through things, because it might not even solve the case. It might even makes things worse. So I kind of agree that was a bad thing. But for your kids, did you experience negative thoughts?
mm, well, yes, but then depending on what degree, right? Like if you're talking about, like of course, sometimes I wanted to, like see, it just has to. It's the thing is that you may have the thought, but then whether you choose to do something with it, that's the part that yeah,
You felt it was
that matters.
controllable? Do you felt it
Yeah,
was controllable thoughts?
I was, I mean, I was able, yeah, for the most part, people are able to control, negative emotions and negative thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
For the most part, yeah. But then sometimes it builds up, and for mothers, especially when they're like, stay-at-home mothers, and they have multiple kids, and you have multiple kids, screaming and stuff like that, you feel overwhelmed, and then, and then not just that, like women, we do have this like pressure of, making sure that we like raise a good child because that's what we are graded on. What if we have like disrespectful, out of control kids, then of course that looks down, it reflects on, yeah, like our parenting and stuff. And so
Mm.
it's so like see there's a lot of factors that play into this. I don't for her though, one thing I do have compassion, but the compassion because of the postpartum, psychosis and the medication and stuff. But I don't have compassion because like it's just like there's certain things that I don't see how like like why you would get depressed. It's sort of like I don't have sort of compassion for like rich people who have like who just have have experienced a little depression. It's like you have all the money in the world to help you,
Yeah.
to find tools. Like why aren't you doing that? See, a lot of times as working people, poor working people, we don't have the resources. We don't have money. We don't have people teaching us how to like deal with our problems. A lot of times when we're working class or poor, it's because our parents were poor and so they didn't give us the tools to, yeah, to deal with rejection, to deal with, our circumstances, you know.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so
she's an upper middle class family.
I
She was like,
know.
yeah, so that's why I have even less sympathy for her.
Uh-huh.
Um, because again, it's like she was very educated. She's very
Mm-hmm.
educated. Her this is the thing. This is I don't know. Like there's some certain things you were saying is like it's like she had in my opinion, she had an attentive, good husband, right? As the women on internet would hate, but he seemed surface level. He seemed like a good husband, right? He was a stay at home husband too, or a good amount of time he was working from home, right? So she didn't have the kids 24/7. He was sometimes he has a nanny, sometimes he was what I've heard is like she wasn't 100% burdened by the kids, right? So that's why it's like one higher middle class family, husband is good, supposedly husband was there, he contribute, he was, I mean, there was no complaints about, oh, the husband didn't help at all, right? No defense on that. Nannies, all this shit. So it's like I have very little sympathy for, you know,
I
shit like
know.
that. So I don't know. I
Same
mean, like
same
a woman
here.
like you, all right, who probably lower middle class or whatever, but still able to
Hmm.
handle it. Yet a woman who was higher middle class wasn't able to handle it, and husband. It's like all these situation. I don't know. I just find a lot of times women's um it's like you're too sympathetic. So you supposedly make up situations to fit that sympathy. This is why it's like, because I guarantee you I don't know about you, but if it was a man in her position, there would be no sympathy. You would not make up a scenario that would be able to give you a chance to sympathize with the man, right? A man who strangled his 3 kids. I doubt any woman would make up a scenario or think of a scenario that would help absolve him of that, of that terrible action. Even
No,
let's say, even if he was
we don't though.
experiencing
We're
high
not
levels of
supposed to
depression,
absolve them.
but
Just
women
because
are
they
doing
have,
it.
yeah,
I
I know there's someone that, and that's what I was saying in the chat. These women that are saying something, that blaming the husband, are saying, oh, maybe it was in defense. Like those are just, to me, those are attention seeking,
yeah.
women. You know what I'm saying? They're attention seeking women. They're not being, like for real, for real. Like if a father has experienced like depression and has been, yeah, taking medication and stuff like that, yeah, we would have nothing but compassion. That doesn't absolve of his crime. Same as with
Yeah.
Lindsay. We're not going to absolve from their for what they did. But yeah, we would give him
You think
he deserved.
you
Yes,
think people would be
I
sympathetic by
don't
his
think
mental
so.
health? Yeah, I don't think
yes.
so.
No,
I
no, because
There's been actual
not from the
cases
men though.
that
Not from the men though. Because you men tend to
I don't
you
see
guys
women
don't
sympathize
sympathize
with
with
them
other
either.
men.
nah.
You guys don't sympathize with other
Women
men
don't
or
care.
empathize with other men.
But show me.
Women
I
don't
mean, like,
care.
I don't see that. I really don't see women caring about like the killers of these families. I mean, like these men that kill
Mhm.
their families. I really don't see women like.
Because
I
it comes
mean, yes,
because it's the intentionality that that matters here. See, with her, a man killing his kids because he's mad at the kids. Yeah, there's no sympathy or empathy there.
Mm.
Same with a woman. She did it because out of jealousy or whatever she wants to. A lot of times it's these horrible mothers that kill their kids because it's to spite the father. Ain't nobody have sympathy for them for her. Like you did just to spite like the baby daddy, the husband, whatever, the ex-husband. Yeah, there's no sympathy there.
Nah, I can't say that because they'll say it was his fault. Well, he was acting.
Yeah.
He was trying to take the kids from him, so it was his. He was trying to take the kids from her, so it's his fault. That's what will be said
You're too.
by
Yeah.
females.
Yeah, you're too kind. You're too like you. I don't know because I've seen women saying, "Oh, what did he do? What did he do to deserve it?" Like women will. I'm sorry, women will like. Uh, that's the point where this is why you're. It's hard because you kind of moderate, but you're on a side that really doesn't suit moderates, right? Because I don't know, they are lunatics in my opinions, right? I
For
don't know.
sure, there's lunatics,
Yeah.
on both. But then to
Yeah.
me, the details matter. Whether I give whether I feel compassion for a person. It's not the gender. It's the what were you thinking and what did you do.
Mm.
I'm not gonna, I don't judge a person just because, and I'm not gonna jump into conclusion just because it's a man or a female. I know a
Mhm,
lot of
mhm,
times, when a man, does something, we automatically think, oh yeah, well of course,
mhm, mhm.
because we have this image that men are supposed to be strong, and when they lash out, it's out of anger, not taking the time to be like, was he going through stuff? Maybe that's why he snapped or something. Like ask the questions that we, a lot of times women, we tend to ask the woman, the other woman, oh, were you going through stuff? Were you doing this? Yeah, that, and by us like asking those questions, it makes us more like, like compassionate towards women. I will give you guys that. Like we tend to jump, into conclusion because from, men are supposed to be, stoic, and, men don't talk about their problems. And that's what I mean by awareness. Like men do go through depression, but a lot of times,
Mhm. Yeah.
men, they just keep it to themselves because other people be like, oh, you're being, a wuss, what you crying for? And I don't think that's a good thing. I
Mm.
think men should be able to express, what they're feeling and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But okay, so then since we're talking so now let's talk about what are your thoughts, right? This is
Mhm.
like concerning, right? And please, guys, check out when I do my Saturday stream. I'm going to show you clips, a lot of clips of these insanities. But there are hundreds, probably thousands upon thousands of women who are supporting Lindsay Clancy, who are ignoring, right, her killing her 3 kids. There are women who at her trial is protesting, is showing her support, showing love to a woman who killed 3 of her kids, right? Ignoring that fact, who not caring that she killed 3 of her kids. Okay. That is honestly is like, I'm and my thing is that I don't care how depressed you are. I don't care what, because here's my thing with the last couple years with the whole postpartum thing, right? And I'll admit I don't really know it well, so I'll say that, but I don't think there's no excuse for killing your kids, killing your family. I don't care if you're a man, I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're experience postpartum psychosis. I don't care if you're experience high level depression. There is never an excuse. So I can never support a man, even if it's a man who killed his whole family. So I'm like amazed by women. And this is like thousands upon thousands of women, right? Either making videos, comments, or literally outside of the courtroom. Hundreds, dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds of women out there supporting a woman who strangled 3 of her kids, and one at a time, right? One at a time, strangled. It's strangling, I believe. Maybe if I'm wrong or right? It's like couple minutes. It takes couple minutes.
Cold shit. No, that's some cold ass shit.
Yes, it's cold. It's like, this is not a gun. It's not. Men go like men. It's like they use a gun. You're dead in a second. Right?
I know.
So
I'm my husband that too. Yeah, that's what makes it worse.
So that's crazy. So
And
women,
the fact that you're looking at your child as they're struggling for
you're seeing the life slip away slowly.
Yep.
It ain't fast. So what is your thoughts on these? I mean, this is not just like a handful of women. This is a lot of women supporting someone that disgusting.
Yeah, dumbass women. Now, when I first heard that there were women supporting because there was a GoFundMe account.
Oh,
a million!
A million.
Yeah.
A million.
I couldn't fucking believe it. And so I was like, I had asked the question, okay, are they supporting it because they're supporting her as in for lawyer fees and stuff? I'm like, what? That's so stupid. She's going to jail no matter if she killed them. They're not even fighting. You're not even saying that she didn't do it or whatever. But that would be stupid. Are they, raising awareness because of the postpartum psychosis? I'm like, well then, someone needs to, redirect that money to like a foundation or a foundation or that brings awareness,
right?
or
You're
something
saying
like
that
that.
women care, right? You're saying women care about mental health. Why is that million not actually going to women that are experiencing mental health issues? That women aren't donating to mental health causes. No, women are donating to a murderer. That's I'm sorry. This is why I said you said that women care about mental health. Do they? I'm sorry. If women can easily send $1 million, donate $1 million to a murderer, I'm sorry. That $1 million is not going to like mental health organizations or mental health programs or I don't know, shelters for women who are it's not going to women who are experiencing mental health issue, postpartum issues. No, it's going to one woman that killed 3 of her kids. And she didn't argue that she did, right? They know they killed 3 of her kids.
I wonder if the husband has access to it. I mean, if the husband has access to it, then I say, yeah, leave it there. So that way the husband could, use it to try to do something with his life.
Yeah, I don't know the details of it, so I don't really know the details.
I seriously doubt it.
It's just the idea.
I know.
The idea of it is just that's why I question what you said. This is the problem when you as the individual believe something, but the masses they counter you. That's the
Hmm.
thing where I don't know.
I
You
wouldn't
you
even.
are
I don't know. I don't think majority of women are supporting her. They may support the I mean, unless like how many women gave money to the GoFundMe. If the number is small, then you can't say that's majority women. Because hell
I'm
no, I
saying
would
the
never
money.
support shit
I'm
like
saying the
that.
money is. I'm saying the money's big, right? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but the one person can donate like a lot too, 100. You know,
Yeah. Well, some
some
people
people
I mean,
have money, they could donate
I can
money.
agree that I don't think majority of women are doing it. To be honest, I think majority of women are staying out of it. They're not talking about it. They're not concerned about it. I think majority of women are out. They're not concerned about it. Right? They're not thinking about this stuff. But I think it's the vocal
Yeah,
few.
women should not be supporting that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and they shouldn't. But we can't, we we can't talk and watch people. We don't, but we can say something. We can condemn those women for supporting that shit. Yes, we should
I
shame
just
them
think
too.
I just think there's not enough. I've seen a few women. Admittedly, I'll be
Hmm.
correct with it. I've seen a few women condemn it and talk about it, but to be honest, they're the minority of the group, right? They're the vocal minority that speaks up about it, while the vocal majority they're big supporters of Lindsay, and I'm just like this is why I'm saying where shit like that it more supports men's views. Right? There's a group of women that are staying out of it. They're not talking about it, right? While there's a small group of women fighting against it, right? They're speaking out against it, while there's a small majority of women who are supporting it. So they're the louder one, they're the more vocal one, they're the more action oriented ones, and that's the thing where this is why it gives credence to a lot of types what men say. Why what women, how can you say women can lead, or how can you say women are better than men, or how can you say that whatnot about it? It's because it's showing you that I don't know, women have no moral high ground to stand on.
See, this is why, like, I see why, yeah, why women, the good, so good women don't really want to say anything to, because, yeah, it gets turned into, oh, like this woman did this, so therefore, all women are like this. It's like, I understand this was an educated white, working, above, or working class, whatever, but then that's just, what she did was just on her. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the rest of the women, because if like President Trump messed up, we don't go, oh, look at all men can't be president. We don't say that. But but for some reason, if Kamala does something, oh, see, this is why women can't lead. This is women, because women have too much, emotion. How is that fair? DA, how is that fair? DA and Big Bars. That's why I wanted to, challenge what you said too. That women can't do this just because one stupid woman, you know, deleted her children. Because if you
Well,
want to really talk about the rate, the filicide rate, as men is higher than women. Men kill
Yep.
their kids more than women. Fathers
no,
do.
What?
no,
Yes,
No,
no.
no,
Actually, it's
no.
yes,
actually
Women
no.
yes.
kill their children and elderly people more than anybody.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
Look that
talking
up. That's
specifically.
true.
I did. I'm talking about their own kids. The
yeah.
maternal and the
Women kill
maternal
their
and
own kids
paternal
more.
filicide.
No, I wouldn't even
No,
believe
they
that.
know.
I don't even think that's true. I don't even think that's true.
That,
You
that,
know,
that, yeah, women kill men often more often kill men more. Right?
No.
Men are more
I'm
likely to
speaking
kill men.
specifically filicide rates here. We're talking
Oh,
about maternal.
you're talking about self deletion rates.
No, I'm talking about filicide, which is where the parents kill their kids.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
When
women.
pesticide.
yeah,
Yep.
Women are more likely to kill their kids than fathers are.
no, they're
Yes.
if you, no, if you break down the what you would call the age, women, mothers are more likely to women do
Well,
delete
Yeah.
I would like to know the
infants and young
source.
kids.
I would like to know the source.
Okay,
I would like to know the source you're using to, because that's always been what people have been. That's always been a fact that women delete babies
Yeah.
and elderly people at the highest rate. And if you want to uh 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 incorporate abortion into it, you know what I'm saying, that just makes it
Yeah.
even higher.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna.
That would
Yeah,
just make
that's.
it even higher.
I don't.
But
I don't
we
know about
ain't
the.
gonna do that.
see,
I'm just saying.
that's one of the arguments that I need to push out too. Like, if you guys have a problem with, like, yeah, you're just saying the women deleting, yeah, their babies and stuff like that, then you guys should be for, because a lot of times, the reason behind why mothers delete their kids is because, you know, they knew that they weren't ready to have kids, or they couldn't handle it, which is
No.
why,
And they shouldn't be having intercourse then. If you don't want to have, if you're not ready to have kids, you're not ready to be a responsible adult, you shouldn't be having it's like that's an adult thing. Sexual intercourse is an adult thing. So
yeah,
if
but
you
then,
can't,
okay, if that's the case, then men shouldn't complain about child support then.
you said what?
Oh,
I
you
said, if that's
mentioned
the case, then men should complain about paying child support then.
I think on like, well, I don't know. I'm not talking for every man, but for me, I never had a problem paying child support. I just had a problem my children not knowing that I'm paying. I had a
Ah,
problem with, you
yeah.
know, things that family law should have been doing on their side.
Yeah.
That's what I had a problem with. I never had a problem with paying into my children going to school and doing sports or whatever. I never had a problem with any of that. I had a problem with these women being able to, and I'm not talking about, all women. This is the thing. I think men are more able, their just minds are able to talk generally, and women are not. They take things personally. And it's like, I'm not talking to you or anybody probably that you know. You know what I'm saying? But I know men who do a lot for their children, pay a lot of money. I was paying $1,500. My I was paying $1,500 for my children a month. You know what I'm saying? And these women didn't even have the decency to tell my children that I was even paying into it, and they were still there stealing their money. That's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with paying into my children at all. I have a problem with these mothers stealing the money. I have a problem with these mothers not telling the child that the father is paying into it because they want to take credit. A lot of women do want to take credit for what the other parent is doing, or they use. I have a problem with how child support set up, period, because it's not a half and half thing. It is like I said, I was paying $1,500 for 3 children, which is people wouldn't even say is a lot, but a month it's enough.
Mm,
You know,
For me, it's like when it comes to stuff like that, I always believe all should be 50-50. Where so you don't need child support. The kid should have 50% of the time with their father. So I think child support. But here's the thing where let me say with the whole abortion thing. One, I agree. Sex, don't have sex if you're gonna, if you can't take care of the kids, don't do it. Right. Particularly a lot of times, the onus is on women. Don't have sex with men that you either don't want or you won't be with. That I did. Like we also got to look at like child maltreatment fatalities. Those are a lot too. There's child homicide. Again, I'm not. There's which is weird, right? When it comes to those types of killings, there's a lot of categories. There's a lot of
Yeah, that's
categories.
yeah, that's why I
So
was gonna explain a little bit that, yeah, for the most part, yeah, the difference is not even off by that much. So yeah, the fact that women rate is high, as high as men, yeah, that's definitely, um, yeah, like, oh, that's super concerned, because women, yeah, we're mothers, we're not saying that, women should be more, well, women in a way, yeah, we should be more um compassionate, and we're supposed to be the so-called nurturing one, right? And so it's like, but then I think in this day and age, um, we don't like there's we don't have this need to have need to have kids.
Hmm.
Do you think so?
You said, do we have the need to have kids?
Mm-hmm. Should people have kids?
They should. But I do think that it should be in the confines, modern day, it should be in the confines of it's either a marriage or a strong long-term relationship. Right? The problem is, let's say this, with the whole abortion stuff, I looked into it. It's usually women who have multiple kids already. Those are
Yeah,
the
'cause-
majority
yeah.
of ones who
Mhm.
have abortions,
Exactly.
that's even worse. These women know better. Right?
No, it's usually it's usually because they have one or two already, and they know they can't afford another one, and then yeah, it's usually they get knocked up by their own husband or something like that.
I don't think it's husbands. I think it's women who are single, but just have multiple kids. That's what I think. Last I checked, but
And
still,
that's why
I
I'm
mean,
for lobotomy.
lobotomy.
Yes,
Who would you lobotomize in that kind of situation?
I think like if you no, I see, like, who are we to say that, like we, in a way, it's like people would ask, oh, we have no right to play God and stuff like that. Well, like we already have, you know, abortion and stuff. So I think,
Yeah,
if
we
we
do
think
we
that
do play
someone's
God.
incapable, yeah, especially if like a woman who's on drugs, I don't think, yeah, she should,
So no,
yeah,
no.
like that.
I don't think you're saying lobotomizing. I think we should castrize, or get rid of people's ability to reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. I don't just. I mean, I don't disagree. Right? Because there's some parents who have multiple kids and they can't take care of it. It's just a drain on
Mm-hmm.
society. So I kind of agree. I mean, plus the controversial thing. I think pedos should definitely be circumcised. Or should definitely have their sex organs removed. I mean, like seriously, I 100% believe that we should remove sex organs from anyone who do things with children, right? Do heinous things with children. So
What about
again,
the
yeah,
women that, what about the women the that rapes, a younger boy?
yeah. Get her, get her. What is it? There's chemicals castration, right? So you get rid of their sex drives. I believe there is. I believe we are able to do that. I mean, like you were saying, like we already pray God, so fuck it, whatever, just go for it. I mean, like to be
Exactly.
honest, yeah, human beings, we play God all the time. So yeah, I'm not gonna cry about it. Right? I'm not gonna cry about it.
Yeah, there's just too much, chaos. And so,
That's the thing. I think we should be. I think we should be a bit more extreme. I think we're too light. I think. I mean, we're too humane to people who don't deserve humane treatment. I'm sorry, right? Plenty of people who don't deserve humane treatment, and we're giving them humane treatment. I think that's crazy. So I'm not for that. So
I know, same here. It's like if we really want us, this, see, a lot of times it's like we have to figure out like what exactly is the main reason, the intention of why someone does something, right? A lot of
but
these women online, it's attention seeking,
here's the thing. I want to give you a little pushback, right?
Go
Here's
ahead.
my problem where you're saying that the few women that are terrible and stuff like that. But my problem is that the few women that are terrible, majority of women don't call that out because it's the sisterhood, right? We on this channel we talk about the sisterhood a lot. We condemn the sisterhood a lot, but women have such a problem with actually condemning, shaming other women, calling out other women. At least the majority of women do. I'm not saying there's no women that do it, but majority of women don't call out their bad apples, right? They don't.
You're right.
So then you have the vocal few, right? essentially, because they're the vocal ones, right? They're the ones who talk a lot. They're the one who makes the content. They're the ones who are the protesters. They're the ones who are very action oriented. They're usually the face of women. So that's the sad part, is that the bad apples are the face of women in general, right? So I don't know. That's kind of that's kind of the problem, right? Where women don't really like shaming other women. Women really don't like calling out other women. Women don't really like, disagreeing with other women, at least in public, right? There's not like a mass amount of women, right, fighting against the women that are supporting Lindsay Clancy. There's not. Where's the anti-protest to the Lindsay Clancy love group, right? There's not. So then people in general will see that on social media, will see that on TV, and think that women support Lindsay Clancy, and that is kind of the issue.
I do agree. Not enough women speak out against the bad women. I with like don't I don't know, like why. I mean, the only thing I could think of is like a lot of times you have these, again, we know that like women are going to be attention seeking, and they'll just say stuff to get attention. So that's why we don't care what they say, because we already like label them as they're nobodies. And so so if we were to address it, it's sort of like we're giving them even more sunshines, sunlight, and that's what we don't want to do. But it seems like, because we know that they're dumb, so we just, go up our day. It's like when you see a crazy person, you just ignore them. And it's like, and I do get this feeling that men want us to, if we see a crazy woman saying stuff, that we should go to her, tell her she's crazy or something. It's like, well, like if we do that, then next thing you know, there's gonna be a bunch of people like, oh, what's going on over there? Oh, what's going on over there? And then next thing this crazy person is getting all these, like limelight and stuff. And so that's why we ignore them and we go about our business. But I guess maybe
That's
that's
the
something that we
problem.
would
That's
do.
the problem, right? That's the problem, because that's not our society nowadays. We are very
You're right.
social media, as society, right? So even though they're the crazy, right? Even though they're the crazy, the crazy has a platform of like, I don't know, 100,000 followers. So that's the problem where, you know, you can't, you can't just ignore the crazies, okay? Because then when you ignore the crazies, supposedly, the crazy builds a following, and now a whole bunch of other people agree with the crazy person, and now they have the bigger following, and now even the women that disagree with her, they're nobodies, right? They never talked about it, they never, voiced their opinions. So now they have essentially no voice, right? They have essentially no voice. And now the ones that are, have a bigger voice, they sadly now represent women. They now represent, I guess they're the image of women. And I think that's the problem, right? That is a problem that, I think a lot of women are facing, is because, they think that, okay, I either, don't want to shame the woman or just ignore it. But both things will just lead to the same thing, where now this woman is your representative, right? I mean, us as Asian people, we do understand that, what, it's pride, it's face, right? I get plenty of time, my mom says, oh, don't be like this because you represent me, my, like, oh, you don't want, you're gonna mess up my reputation, right?
Yeah.
Us as Asian people know this. We know this shit. I mean, how many times? I'm pretty sure you've been through it. So we know this whole thing about, face, about pride, about representing your community, representing your family. We know this shit. Right? And that's the problem where, I'm sad. I'm sorry that I think America is so individualistic, but again,
Yes.
we cannot escape that community mind. Right? We're not going to be able to escape it, because even though the culture is individualistic, humans are not. humans are very collective, right? Or very tribal, very stereotypical in a way, right? So if a woman is going to do something, sadly, they're going to represent all women if there's really not many women that will call out their bad apples. That's just how society works. So this is a thing where, you know, for I think there's a difference with men where men will call out other men, or society will call out other men. And if you are a bad apple or whatever, there will be consequences for being a bad apple, at least within men's group, or within society in general. While women will try to be delicate with other women. So I think that's the problem.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, women were maybe too, um, I guess, forgiving or compassionate, because oftentimes, like a woman's, a woman, no one is gonna understand another woman's, struggle more than a woman. Same thing as like a man will understand another man, struggle more than a woman. And like yeah, I am super compassionate, but then there are levels to it. I'm not gonna just forgive, or just because went through a struggle. Actually, I'm less compassionate if I found out that you never went through struggle and you did this shit. When people who've gone through worse struggles and don't even think like that. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't you
So
see that
I
that's
don't.
kind of the I'm not saying that you said that you're not too compassionate, but women in general, that is why kind of women are usually the background character. Women are the supporters of men because of that kind of compassion. Women are not cutthroat enough, or they're not direct enough, or they're not, I don't know, uh you know it's just they don't have certain traits that are needed, right? To, let's say, lead a family, lead a country, lead a nation. I don't think so, right? Because at the end of the day, right, as much as people don't like Trump or whatever, at the very least, I saw more power in him than I did Kamala. I saw more strength in him than I did Kamala. Right.
Yeah,
And
because
again,
his is fake strength though. It's not real strength. There's a difference.
no,
See?
fake or not, like, at least you see it, right?
See
We,
him.
we can say things after the fact that, yeah, I can point out things that Trump isn't doing well, but again, we also think about the bad part of our system is we have a two-party system, right? We only had two people to pick from, so that's the terrible. I mean, we could like debate our how the flaws of our system, but it is our system, right? And we only had
Right,
two
which is
people to
why
pick
I
from.
don't. Yeah, which is why I don't like
Yeah.
I don't go, oh, like I don't fault someone for voting for like yeah, like for Trump, because yeah, we only have,
Yeah.
we have a two-party system. People, yeah, we voted this person in. It is what it is. He's our
Yeah. Yeah.
president.
This is what I'm saying, right? This is why there's an underlying factor where this is what go back. Let's take a step back, right? We stop worrying about the ending, but worry about the process. This is the thing where we have to. This is why I said this. Where I think this is why men have to keep women in check. I say
There's
this is
nothing
why
wrong with
because
that.
yeah, but this is why you know
We
we
got blind
talk about
spots.
it.
Yes, we need men
Yeah.
to check us on from time to time, and
Yeah.
and I think women, should be able to check men too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, I don't disagree. Yeah, this is why, you know what? Again, I think the perfect combination is a family. It's a
Hmm.
two parent household, a good man, a good woman. That is how you go about it, right? I think that's I think that solves a lot of our problems, right? If we are
Yes,
actually working together. But
yeah, but the
sadly,
yes, but the thing is
feminism
that
doesn't
yeah,
work.
it doesn't work. No, it's not because of feminism that relationships don't work.
Then what do you think?
It's the
I think it is because feminism.
Go ahead, Big Boss. You haven't said anything for a while. Go.
I think feminine rights and feminism is two different things. Now, if I can agree with feminist rights or feminist,
Yeah.
you not being discriminated on certain things, I can agree with that 110%. I agree with that. But feminism is poison to me.
Yep.
And like if you look at it critically, what has feminism brought to us? Humanity. Like I said, the statement that you made a while ago for like what has been done we have fallen in the last 60 years with all this freedom, with all this feminist ideals and all this stuff. We have fallen as a people, and that especially people of color. We have fallen. In the
Mm-hmm,
30s, we were excellent. We were excellent,
yeah.
and now we're in the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
With all this feminist ideals, with all this feminist female control, what has been done in the last 60 years? The true innovation. You have more true innovation, and just we had more innovation
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in the 20s and 30s than we had since the 60s.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
this
yeah,
thing.
there's more
Besides
people, so
besides equal rights, right? I just think we don't need feminism. Besides equal rights, I agree. I don't disagree that let's take away women's rights. No, but besides that, I just think feminism is more poison than good. I don't think women are. I don't think feminism has really done good for societies. I don't. So.
unless I'm like understanding, maybe my idea of feminism is different from, from you guys,
Hmm. Yeah.
because, you know, to, do I believe that women, I mean, in America, are oppressed? No,
Mm.
not even systematically,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, not even because, yeah, for the most part, yeah, we have leveled even the playing field.
Logical
There are
woman.
some there are some spots that are uneven, but you know it's like it's not an issue that's big enough that yeah, like
Uh-huh.
there should be some changes or whatever, because like
Uh-huh.
the thing is that we will always be unequal because but yeah, you guys are more yeah, you guys are more stronger than us, just period. There
Mhm.
will always be an unequal there. you know um So like even those women that speak on, saying that like women deserve to be paid the same as men, you know, it depends on like the job. If it's like, fast food,
Yeah.
something that a woman is capable of doing, yeah, women should get paid. But like if a woman's going to the construction site and it requires like heavy lifting, no, I don't think a woman should get paid more than a man because he has to do the heavy lifting. So, yeah, he should be paid more.
Mhm.
Most definitely. So see, yeah,
I mean,
so I do
yeah.
get, the disparate. Go ahead.
No, it's situational, and this is the thing
It
where,
is.
just like I've said with like let's say the black community, it's like show me the laws that are giving us oppression or injustice, then I'll agree with you. But situational, this is my problem. Where I speak against it. It's victimhood. I don't want to think. I don't want people who's like, oh, it's I'm a victim or I'm being oppressed or it's like this or that. It's like, no, you're not. You're just fucking weak. That's the thing where if there were laws, okay, that are impeding your actions, I'm all for it to abolish it. But there's not because today women can sue people for doing that kind of crap. Black people can sue people for doing that crap, right? So you're not allowed to do it under the laws, okay? And
Yes,
we
that's right.
have abilities to, uh, enforce consequences. So that's why it's like, uh, that's why I just think that the continuation of, let's say, feminism and all these types of women or movements or the Democrats, the left, all the shit, it's just you're just making people worse. You're making people weak. You're making people just honestly just worse people. So I just think it's useless. I see no a good thing about it.
So if you guys speak about, feminism, what exactly are you guys talking about? Like these
So
women that
I
are
think
doing what exactly?
yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with me today. Feminism today is about women gaining power. It is not about women gaining equal rights because that's done. It's about women gaining power. Women want power. All right? That is what women want. And I think
Yeah.
essentially women want power over men.
Well, we should have power when we're half the voting. When we vote too, and we contribute to society. So why shouldn't we have power also?
Women in general don't contribute I mean, their main
We don't
contribution,
contribute.
right, is
We don't pay
children,
taxes.
and that is going down. Right? The biggest contribution women can do is children, and that is going down. Right? Women are
They
not.
don't want kids too.
Guess who starts it? Right? Men can't force kids onto women. Right? Men can't force kids onto women. So men have to adapt. Men have to deal with it. You think men don't want kids? That's crazy. Men do. But you can't today. This is why I don't believe that men are terrible, right? Men are not forcing women to have kids. Men aren't. Women are choosing whether they want kids or not. Men are just going along with it. Men are just adapting to the fact that women don't want kids, or women don't want kids until in their late 30s, if not 40s. So really, men are just like, men have to say they don't want kids, because even if they do, what can they do? They can't force women to now start giving birth. They're not. So you're seeing, because of feminism, you're seeing so many nations having lower birth rates. So why would women gain power? Because one, the main thing women do, children, they don't do anymore. And the main contribution women do, besides nursing, which is a valid thing, right? Women are very big in the medical, so I don't say that's not terrible. Second, education. Well, guess what? Our education system is going down the toilet, right? Like I think we have a high level of illiteracy rates. So I don't see women's productive contribution to society. So to say that women should gain power is absolutely asinine. It really is. Right. So I see no reason for women to gain power. And that is insane. Right.
So women should not
Yeah,
have power at all. I'm
I
sorry if they
no.
don't.
think the same.
No, women should not have power. Women should be with a good man, right? Be with having. I think women's power is with the family, and men should have the power. I'm saying good men, not there are plenty of terrible, shitty men out there. Definitely, shitty men shouldn't have power. But again, men should have power. Women. This is a thing where I always find women ridiculous. Women's power is over men. That is women's power. But this is the problem with feminism, right? They want to be men. That's what feminism is about, in my opinion. In my opinion, feminism is about power, but power as a man, right? But society has always shown, history has always shown, women's best power is over a man. Right? Women have, that's their number one ability. Right? Women have power over men. Yet because today, because of the poison of feminism, women don't want that. Women want power pretty much to become men. So I think that's just backwards.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, because Zyrex, you could admit you have power in your family, right? Your husband doesn't like just, discount your views and your opinions, right?
Well, yeah, but then the power we're talking about, we're
Well,
I mean, we're talking.
I'm just using that as example as a larger scale, right? I think women have have pretty much gone insane, right? They have gone insane. Women's power is having a good man, and then he will be the shield while she is the support, right? Her power is to influence her man. We all hear it, right? Women behind every great man is a great woman. It's because she influenced the great man. That is women's power. Women's power is to influence men. But now women want to become men because women are single, women are childless, women aren't married and
You have
stuff like
more
that.
men wanting to be women.
Oh, that's me and you should talk about the whole that whole movement because I'm very ugh. That could be a whole episode of itself. So we might do that because I'm like I'm very I it's like it is a little bit of
I'm not.
tangent, but
You're not going to get any pushback from me,
yeah.
when it comes to that community. Yeah, like I said,
And let's do that. That'll be a fun show. I think that'll be a fun show us talking about because I'm definitely against that. So we definitely will save that for that one. But yeah, I mean that is my my perspective on. I just think that women. This is the thing with feminism is that women. I think feminism has always downplayed women, in my opinion, because women were better at a certain point, right? I've literally seen, like, I've talked to plenty of women, right? The power they have for how they handle emotions, like literally the women that deal with like children, deal with the mentally ill or the ill is like women's emotional strength is extraordinary. I've never downplayed women's strength, but what I believe is women's strength is different than what feminists nowadays believe, right? I think that all comes down to, what women's true ability is. And I think feminism has been a poison to women, been a poison to society because it's trying to change up what is a woman, right? That's something that feminism can't even answer. That's why I really wish. This is why I really wish more women would be in the more red pill space because I think women need to wake up, right? I think women need to wake up that feminism, these modern day women are actual poison. Because, like, I look at you with your family, with your with our culture and stuff like that. That is the power of women, right? That is the power, and you know. I just think that feminism destroys shit like that. So that's why I'm against it.
okay. I somewhat understand what you mean, but yeah, when you say feminism, yeah, I don't think to me, I just what I consider a feminist, or like a feminism is just yeah, maybe I'm still stuck like in the old ways, this
Mhm.
as they call second wave feminist. Like I just want to be seen as, I just want to have, equal like opportunity. If we both qualify, I don't think you should get the job just because you're a man, especially if I'm like, say if I'm, more qualified than you. Like I just believe, yeah, I just want to be seen as, not equal, but then be treated as, equal. You get it? That's it. I should be able to make my own choices. I shouldn't have to go through like you know, my dad or a man, you know, like if I'm an adult, I should be able to make my own choices. And if I messed up, then yeah, I pay the consequences because I messed up, Like
No.
that's it.
No, I mean, to be honest, I like the thing that I'm gonna be. Let me. I guess I'm gonna say what I like about feminism, which is you will rarely ever hear me say is that that yeah, now we could hold women accountable for their actions. I don't
Yes.
disagree to that. I just think that feminism, and I talked to this to my sister too. I think feminism has went too far, and they made by going too far, they've made things worse. So
Yeah, when we start to advocate for crazies, yes, I understand. Yeah, we need to be
yeah,
real with that, because a lot,
but I,
not sometimes new ideas aren't
mhm,
always good ideas. I get it.
mhm, 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 mhm. All right, so let's let's wrap things up. Let's what's your last words? What's your last thoughts on everything?
Well, shout out to Lindsay's husband. Hope I think it was Evil Eddie that had mentioned, like did anybody like bother to, check on the guy, see he's okay, because he did lose, a wife and lost his kids, and I'm sure, he's going through,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot. So hopefully he's doing, yeah, hopefully he's all right. Um,
Women were chastising him that he tried to move on, right? That he has a life now because they're divorced. He has a new wife and all this stuff. Women are hating him because of that.
he has a new wife already.
He does. I mean, this happened like almost 3 years ago.
Oh, almost 3 years ago. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
3
is
years.
old. Which is
Yeah.
I think it's weird with our system. It really is. It's like it takes fucking forever for anything to happen.
Yeah, because of the court, yeah, they take forever to,
Yeah.
to go through
Yeah, this
trials. Like,
happened a while ago. This ain't new.
oh, okay. Oh, 3 years.
What? Does that change your opinion? What's that? Like
No,
yeah?
no, he definitely needs to, yeah, you definitely need someone to help you, like, go through that. So, 3 years, yeah, that's sufficient, amount of time. Like, I wouldn't judge him. Like I said, he went through a horrible, traumatic event. Someone should be there for him.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think he moved on after a year. Move on to a year or less. Move on. I don't know about less, but probably around a year to another woman. But
Now, if that been a woman, you guys would have called her a 304.
what?
The double standard, I tell you.
It's not like he married
I
her.
know, I know some double standards are understandable. Yeah. Like I said, because
Nah.
we're not equal, so yeah, there should be some double standards.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. I always enjoy, coming up here and talking to you
I wish you
guys.
come here. I mean, I guess. I mean, what can I say? You're a wife and a mother, so you're always busy. But
Okay.
thank you for coming on.
Yeah. On Saturday, what time are you gonna go on live on Saturday?
I usually go
Usually around the same
live.
time.
Yeah, usually the same
Okay.
time. Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. All right.
Okay. All right, then
Thank you for.
I'll try to be there on Saturday, and I'll definitely listen in because I have seen some
Yeah.
horrible videos of women like they're like, oh, this is what postpartum psychosis is, and then they like were trying to really hurt like their kids or something like that, which is freaking
Mhm.
crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
All right.
Jesus,
Zyrax, thank you,
setting
my
that
sister. I
time.
always love you being here. You know what? If you
Thank you.
want, right, we could do if you're down for it, right? I have some trans videos I definitely want to talk about and view. So we can definitely go in on it on next Wednesday if you are free.
Okay.
All right. So that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
I think I should be free. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I love it.
Thank you so much, DA. Have a good night. Everybody have a good night.
Later. Guys, thank you guys for being here. Even if she even if she disagrees, I love it. On this channel, I don't promote an echo chamber, right? I mean, I love it when people agree with me, right? But it's not like, oh, you have to agree with me, right? You don't have to agree with me. I don't do that shit here. Perfectly willing to talk to people who disagree with me. Guys, that is it for tonight. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you for the support. Evil Eddie, Red Door, Brent, Big Bars. I guess he had some problems with his audio. I love you, brother. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Zyrax, thank you for stopping by. You guys are amazing. Locke the Bounty Hunter. All right, check out his channel. Great content as well. Thank you for stopping by. You're amazing. All right, guys. Red Door later. Everyone else, guys are amazing. Thank you for the love. Laughing Man, I love you. I love you. Go ahead, DA. Cut off mid-sentence like the Sopranos. Love ya. Guys, later. Have a good night.